Hi everyone, welcome to my live stream. Welcome to Princess Beyond Passions. My name is Princess and I'm your host for tonight. I hope that everything is showing as it should be. Why? Wait a second. Why is that thing showing gray? Isn't it supposed to be blue? Anyways, you are all welcome. Welcome, welcome to my LS. I hope you're all doing well. Hmm. Okay, so yes, we are live. Okay. Oh my goodness, I don't like that gray. It's supposed to be blue. Let's see. Hmm. Background music is new. Okay. Background music new. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm trying to figure out something here. Color. Color is blue. Yes. So why is it not? Hmm. Okay. All right. Hmm. It's the color, my background color that I am looking for, right? Okay, guess I don't know what happened to the background color, anyways, but let's leave that aside. Hi everyone. I'm so sorry, I was trying to figure out what happened to my colors. It's just showing gray there, and I left it on blue. It has always been on blue. I don't know why it's on gray. Anyways, I'll figure that out later on. Welcome, welcome everyone. You are all welcome. Father Lord, thank you for this meeting tonight. Grant us wisdom to discuss all that we need to discuss. Move our channels forward. Bless our families. Bless us. Progress us. In Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. Welcome, welcome everyone. Chef Andre Davy, you are welcome. Peace John, you are welcome. Naya Sim, darling, you are welcome, welcome, welcome. Afromex family, you are welcome. You are welcome. Thank you. Your background color is fine. Sis. Thank you. Amen. Yes. Okay. Thank you all so much for coming. Okay, how's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? How is your channel doing, or how are your channels doing? How are your family members? How is work? How is everything? Guys, let me try out this thing today. I got this as a gift here for Auntie Ray. It's not recommended, but it's Blu-ray, right? And I have been staring so much into the lights today. So let me just try use this and see. It takes off some of the lights from my eyes, but it's hiding my eyes. But it's okay. It's all right. Ah, okay. So how's everyone doing? How is everyone doing today? Planet Mimi Vlogs, you are welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Alimatu, yay, you are welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? I just wanted to hear that music on the background. How is the music at the background? Should I remove it? I'm using, I don't know if I like this thing because it's reflecting my light. Uh, let's see. Let's reduce it. Okay, let me see which one is the music now. Okay. I don't even understand the music in the first place. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so how's everyone doing? You're all welcome, 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 welcome. Well, like the title says, deeper things, right? Because a lot of things are happening on the internet, or rather, the social media is just going haywire with all kinds of stuff. Um, when we met here last week, was it last week? Today is Tuesday, yes, on Friday. I featured a channel and we had a topic for discussion. And little did I know that something was happening that night somewhere else, or something was going to happen that night somewhere else. We were here discussing about should we speak out or should we talk when things are going or wrong, or when one is going through toxic relationship. That was the topic for discussion that night, right? It was the next day. Was it the next day? Was it the following day or something? That was when we heard that popular gospel singer died, and she went through domestic abuse, and it was her husband did whatever he did, and beat her up, and she gave up the ghost, and that the man had been arrested. We were here just discussing our own thing. Meanwhile, we didn't know that somebody was going through it and the person was actually dying. So, in all and all that we talked about that day, we all agreed that it is good to speak out while going through such a thing. Yes, that was what we agreed on. Okay, put out the let me put out the link in case anybody would like to come up. Yes. So things are happening these days. Valizi Uche, you are welcome, sis. Thank you so much for coming. I dropped the link in case anybody would like to come up and let's talk about deeper things. Deeper things. That topic. Should you speak up while going through domestic? I mean, should you speak up? Should you speak up while in a toxic relationship? That topic of last week is like it's catching up everywhere now because of what happened after that night that we discussed that thing. Something terrible happened after that night. We woke up to something, to the demise of a popular Nigerian gospel artist. Um So it's like that's what everybody is discussing. Everywhere you go now, the LS, it's all about that. It's all about that. It's trending seriously. And while we were saying ours, we didn't know that was going to happen. It was just Friday here. We didn't know. We were just discussing ours. And someone in the chat had said that I should continue that topic, you know. And I think Oyoyo, was it Oyoyo's World? I featured Gigi Masibo Empire that night, but Oyoyo's World also came up to talk. Did she come? Yeah. And no, she didn't come up to talk. It was Lady Ifechi family. Mama Ifechi, she came up to talk. And the woman that has been married for more than 36 years or thereabouts, yeah, she came up to talk to us that night. And little did we know that that thing was going to happen, that it was happening in Nigeria. You know, somebody was going through it and somebody was actually dying that night based on that thing that we're talking about here on Friday. So, but we all seemed to agree on something. We all seemed to agree on that if one is going through such a thing or one is in a toxic relationship, we all seemed to agree that we should speak up. Nabumba Mai, thank you so much for coming. Alimatu Sadia, thank you so much. Yes, very sad. Ed Varieties, thank you so much. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you, people, for the thumbs up, and thank you for the share if you have shared me already. So, yeah, Chef Andre, thank you for coming back. So, that is what has been going on. So, that we agreed that no matter what is going on if you're in a toxic relationship, it is better to speak up. That was where we stopped off last Friday. That was where we stopped, and someone had said we should continue with the topic. Okay, so here we are again today. If you are in a toxic relationship, should you speak up? Should you speak up if you are in a toxic relationship? Or the topic for that day was, should you speak up if in a toxic relationship? And I featured the channel. Yes. Miriam Adequate, you are welcome. With Story Energy Twister, you are welcome. Yay! Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Glad you made it. Glad you made it. Yes. Thank you so much. Guys, Um, Wisteria Energy Twister is the friend I just made. Please feel free to connect with anyone in the chat if you would like to connect. And please feel free to contribute to the topic. If you would like to come up, let me drop a link so that you can come up and let's chat. Let's chat. Let's chat. Should you speak up? Should you speak up? Or at what point should you speak up? At what point should you scream when in a toxic relationship? Yeah? At what point should one scream? If, yeah, at what point should one scream? Scream, let me put it in. Let me quote that scream. First time is enough scream. Okay, so there we go. At what point should one scream if in a toxic relationship? ah, I would say immediately. But the signs start up small, you don't notice them. Okay, okay. All right. Uh, Cause I'm finally in. You're glowing, Biko. Dalu. Eshe púpọ̀ púpọ̀. Adúpẹ́ o. Mariam, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you glowing. And I didn't use makeup. I only used my lipstick and lip gloss. You know. So that's what we're talking about. At what point should we scream, or at what point should one scream if one is in a toxic relationship? The reason I'm continuing this topic is because last Friday I featured a channel here. I featured Gigi Masibo Empire, and she co hosted with me. And we had another guest, Ifechi family. And that was the topic that we were talking about. That was the topic we discussed for about 2 hours or thereabouts, or 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And we did not know. We were just, I just put out the topic and we were just discussing our own thing here. And we did not know that something like that was going on somewhere. And when we woke up the following day, we heard that popular gospel artist had kicked the bucket, and it was due to domestic abuse, domestic violence from her husband. So it's now catching on like wildfire all over the place. People are talking about it. It's trending on the social media and all that. Delia, Delia, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, and during that LS, someone had said, please, host, continue this topic. So I am continuing it today. Host, I'm finally okay. When it first starts being toxic, we are blinded by the fake love we receive. Okay. I know because I've been through it. I thought it was love. Then I was terrified. Are you kidding me, Wisteria? Okay. When violence is involved, all right. It's so easy to just get out, because it's not so easy to just get out because you start to think you are the problem and it's your fault. Exactly. There is need to scream out immediately. No need to wait till he did it all over again, over and over. Wisteria is right. Yes, Wisteria is right. I believe scream immediately, but I've also been there. I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay. Yes. If anybody has ever been in a toxic relationship, we know that it's something that is absolutely not. It's not. It's painful. It's not. It's dehumanizing. It's humiliating. It's also wrong. It is also very wrong when you are in that kind of relationship. I've been there and I know what I'm talking about. If your life is in danger, Earth Variety says yes. If your life is in danger, that's when to scream. And um, staying in it is very wrong. Yes, Miriam, staying in it is very, very wrong. It's like a situation where the person you met is not the person that you are dealing with. All of a sudden, it changes. You can't process that straight away. You're right, Wisteria. You're right. Sometimes you can't process it, and before you start processing, and before you actually start thinking, oh, is it that something like you said earlier on? If one is in that relationship, sometimes one would begin to think or begin to accept, depending on the level of that toxicity or the level of whatever it is that the person is going through at that time. Some partners will actually make you think that you are the problem. And at a point, you will begin to believe that lie that it is actually you who is the problem. That is one of the reasons some people stay in and don't even know when to scream. She says, my relationship was great until marriage, then wow, it turned. Yeah, but that brings me to another question. Why is it that relationships turn when it gets to marriage? Like first year of marriage is okay. Second year of marriage, sometimes by the second year, things have come crashing down. Yeah, by the second year. And hey, I have seen by 6 months, I have seen a marriage that crashed in 6 months. Guys, the couple, they fell in love, they met, they fell in love, they got married, did everything. 6 months down the street, they got separated. It crashed. And the lady was like, whoa, she didn't know this is what marriage is all about. She couldn't handle it and all that. And she felt it was unnecessary for her to continue in that relationship, right? Be bold enough to know you are not the problem. It is called emotional blackmail. Yes, be strong enough to scream. Exactly. With mine, it was, she says, with mine, it was only little things at first. Once it got to him being violent, I left. That's what Wisteria is saying. So I'm so sorry you have gone through that, Wisteria. It's it's but when you get out of it and then you look back, you would wonder, well, what happened? Them say TV, you are welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Them say says hi host, hi everyone. Discover with Naomi. Yay! Discover with Naomi is here. Discover with Naomi. You must come up. I hope you are ready to talk from where you are. You must come up. I have dropped the link. You can follow the link and come up. Glad I made your show today. Yes, 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 yes. That's why I usually share my stuff on WhatsApp so that my fans on WhatsApp can also come, you know, and my friends, my family people can also come in. I had victim support. Oh, you did, Wisteria? You did. Wow. You know, in this part of the world where we are, it's easy to get victim support. I heard of someone close to someone I know who had been going through stuff. She has a kid, and then the husband turned, and she was bold enough to run and contacted this. So she's been going through victim support, and yeah, wisteria. Yes, in our territory. Yes, she's been going through that, and she's doing amazingly well with the kid. She's doing very well right now. Very well, you know. Yes, they were really good. Yeah, yeah. So I heard the victim support. They are really good. Yes, yes. So I heard. So sorry you went through that. So sorry you went through that. Yes, I had counseling too. Yeah. It's such a it's Patayaba, you are welcome, sis. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Please, if anybody is interested in joining me up here, please, the link I have dropped the link. Please come up. Pat Eyaba, I think you were in my LS last Friday when um Gigi Masibo Empire and Ifechi family were here. We were all here talking about when to get out of toxic relationship and all of that. And 24 hours later, or how many hours was it? Or 48 hours later, this thing happened. You know, that gospel artist, demise of that gospel artist happened. So someone had said, okay, continue this discussion because we need to continue talking about it. And I had programmed myself that today I'm going to come back and then we're going to continue to talk about it. You know, but little did I know that while I was here discussing this thing, somebody was dying. Somebody who had been going through this thing was dying. You know, and we were just here talking our own and, you know, discussing, not knowing is affecting, it's happening. And that is what has been trending since for some days now, like 4 days now or so. It's been trending all over the place. So it's something that we have to, yes, absolutely, you're right. So it's something that we have to continue talking about, continue talking about it. Patrick Lovett, you are welcome. You are welcome, Patrick Lovett. Um,
Thank you, ma.
welcome, welcome, Pate Yaba, welcome.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening. You are welcome.
Um, Thank you. I would say the deal have been done already. She has gone to be with the Lord. She has gone to be with the Lord. But we will keep telling people if they will accept or agree to listen. Once he raise his hand, leave. You can pray from afar. You don't necessarily have to stay under his roof and be praying and be hoping that he will change. What about if he doesn't change in the next 10 years? Will you be there and be receiving the beating? Go afar, pray. If it doesn't work, you move from there. Don't be ashamed of what will people say, what will my church say, what will community say, which man will marry me again, how am I going to survive out there? It's somebody that is alive that will know that all these things will happen. Now
Yes,
that she's dead, are people not still talking about her? Because that was
exactly.
what she was avoiding. She was avoiding people to talk. Oh, I'm a gospel minister. If I leave now, people will be like, why didn't you pray to your God? We have big gospel. Benny Hills was once divorced. Vinita Bynum, I listened to her music up. I'm still blessed by her song, even if she was divorced. I don't look at her personal life. I look at the blessing that God gives to
Yes,
us for humanity. Pastor
yes.
Chris is divorced. Is he not alive? Who know what would have happened if they were still in that relationship? But they took the best step for their sanity's sake. Yes, we have kids, but let's stay afar. Let our children not even grow up and see us fighting and now feel, oh, fighting is the normal way of life. You can't, if you are in toxic relationship, you can't even pray because your mind is not at peace. You are smiling, the man will tell you, why are you smiling? He will beat you. You are frowning, he will ask you, why are you frowning? He will beat you. You laugh, he will ask you what is funny that you are laughing. You jump, he will ask you, what are you jumping? The day you make up to go to church, you say, oh, you want to go and shoulder your boyfriend in church. The day you wear cloth that is tight, he will say, oh, you want to start revealing your body. They complain about everything. The day you don't make up, you will say, oh, you don't want to make up so that they will feel I'm suffering you. They complain virtually about everything. Some people see these red flags, but they will still be there. One day he will change. And let me stay for my children's sake. It's who is alive that will take care of children.
Yeah.
My sister, leave. If those children grow, they will come and look for you. That's one thing I know about life. There are irresponsible men that did not pay the school fees of their children one day. But when these children go, they'll be like, let me just go and see who my daddy is. And they will go, this man will beg, they will forgive them, and life goes on. So don't keep staying in a wrong relationship or in a wrong marriage and keep saying, oh, I'm staying because of my children. One day those children will grow and live, and it will be only you. They will go and marry their own marry, and it will be only you. Let's not stay in a toxic. I beg people, please talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. And for those pastors and people that keep advising them to stay and pray, it will get better. God will do it. Be an example. You are a leader. You're not supposed to divorce. Please, there's no reward for who suffer pass. There's no reward. God will not give reward for who suffer pass. Your mate that is enjoying doesn't have 3 heads. At least if you don't have money, have peace of mind. Let it be that, okay, I have peace of mind, I don't have money. There's no money, there's no peace of mind, you are receiving beating, all the bad thing, only you.
My sister, you can say that again. Let me take some chat. Let me welcome some people. Please pause.
Okay, ma.
Let me welcome some people. Matilda Film TV, you are welcome, sis. Thank you so much for coming. Ed Variety says this is his or her own decision to make in line. Galatians 6:5. Nayasim says community got nothing to say about your life. Exactly. What? Greetings, Sister Mariam. Matilda Film TV says, walk away if it's not working well. Ed Variety says, hey, Pat. Ed Variety is giving you a shout out, Pat. Say no to toxic relationships.
Hi, Ed Variety.
Yes, we can't shout it enough. We can't. We can't shout it enough. Walk out alive and tell the story. Dead person
Walk
don't
out
talk.
alive and tell the story.
Yes, dead people don't talk. Yes, I took my 3 children. Wisteria, that was the perfect decision you made. Because aren't you the one talking to us today? Aren't you here? We're here discussing it. Peace Beauty, you are welcome, sis. Thank you so much for coming. Matilda Film TV says, Pastor Paul. Even pastors, the 2 Pastor Chris's that I know that are close to themselves there in the back in Nigeria, 2 of them are both divorced.
Yes.
2 of them are both divorced, 2 of them, and they are still pastoring their churches. Their lives continue. You understand? And I don't understand the part where people are going through toxic relationships and they say they go to church, and I'm saying this with all sense of responsibility and all sense of humility to God and all that, right? People say they go to church, therefore they don't know, they don't want what people will say, they don't want people to talk about them, they don't want. Naomi, you are welcome. Discover with Naomi. You are welcome, sis. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
People say they don't want people to talk, they don't want tongues to wag, they don't want this, they don't want that, and then they sit in there like
Sister Naomi,
saying,
welcome.
Thank you.
They sit in there, and at the end of the day, you're toying with your life. These things are happening. When we were talking about this thing last Friday, we were just talking about it like this. By the time we woke up, we heard that this woman is dead. You understand? So yeah, Wisteria Energy Twister. Yes, I took my kids with me. So she's gone through it and she left with her kids. She's telling us that she left with her 3 kids, and she got victim support, and today her life is better for it. I also know someone else who took her 1 kid and ran. She actually ran in UK and she got victim support. She's doing well today. You understand? Even though the husband is now fighting tooth and nail and doing all the emotional blackmail and all that stuff and all that stuff. But hey, her life is better because she screamed and she ran. So that's what we're talking about. Be Yourself Dynasty, you are welcome, sis. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. So yeah, so people, um, let's keep talking about this thing. Anyways, when we were talking about it last week, people said we should continue discussing it, and we did not know that something was going to happen, and it's now trending all over the place. You see, so it's good to talk. It's good to speak out. It's good to talk about these things. All right. Um, he did not want to take. He did not want the kids. Never bother with them after, so it was easier. Oh, absolutely good. If what's going on? I think yeah. Okay. Discovery with Naomi is back on. All right.
So I was trying to adjust my stuff. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Okay, you are welcome. Please, if
Thank you.
anybody is interested in coming up, the link, I have dropped the link. Please come up. All right. Discover with Naomi. You are welcome. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
being here. Guys, Discover with Naomi is a no, let me not talk. Discover with Naomi, tell us your name, your channel name, and what you do.
So I only just started my channel, but I'm quite busy on Instagram, and I help women who have gone through abuse to recover and discover themselves. Because most times when people have gone through abuse, they do lose themselves, and it's to because their mental health deteriorates. They become less confident. They lose their self-esteem sometimes. Most times. I mean, this woman, well, that's what I do mainly. And I have a foundation that I raise funds to help women, both in the UK and Nigeria, you know, including widows. So not just people that have gone through abuse, just women that have been disadvantaged by maybe some of the things that have happened to maybe their man or the man being abusive.
Yeah.
I mean, this woman's stuff really pained me, sis. Like, when the extent of the abuse, is another thing for a woman to empower herself and to be in a position to earn, and for you not to have control over it. Because sometimes, you see, they will tell you in therapy or in counseling that, oh, empower yourself, be working. But this woman was in a situation, well, allegedly, she's a celeb, she's making the money,
Yeah.
but she wasn't being given. The man was a manager from what, I read online, So she has empowered herself. She was using her gift, but she didn't have access. Then I think another issue for me that, is the church.
Oh,
Now, I'm not talking about the church she's going to. I'm talking about religion. You see,
yeah.
yes, I remember when I first
Mhm.
left my husband. I'm also a survivor of domestic violence.
Oh,
I remember when I
am
first left
too.
my husband. You have to him.
Uh-huh.
Pastors said so many things to me. In fact, they were the ones almost driving me to my death. Because then I was also very religious then. And I kept saying, that scripture they will tell you God hates divorce. That thing was just ringing in my head. I would be afraid that God hates divorce. Then our mothers will be telling us that your children are your joy. And I'm thinking to myself, my children are my joy. How? Like, my mental health is deteriorating. Like, how will I even see those children right? Like, how will I even raise them? James, I imagine, I even read that he had trained his kids to beat her up. Do you know what? And that's like, those children need therapy. Because that man has groomed a set of narcissists.
Yeah.
It's not just a chauvinistic, it's a narcissist.
Yeah.
They have a disorder. There's everybody has a bit of narcissism. But you see, the disorder itself, the NPD, the narcissistic personality disorder, they're
Disorder.
psychopaths, they're sociopaths, they're people
Mm.
that there's something that's fundamentally gone wrong while they
Yeah.
were growing up.
Uh-huh.
Either as a mistake from their parents, maybe they were overindulged or they were underindulged. Something has gone wrong that has caused them to be like that. And guess
Yeah.
what? They're not normal again.
Yeah.
That's why most people like that, you see that most abusers, they only see things from their own point of view.
Perspective. Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even see that they've done something wrong because their brain it doesn't. That's why a lot of victims they're not able to comprehend it. But I'm telling you, like you have to just get it. Their brain cannot comprehend the change.
They don't get it.
Yes, their
They don't.
brain is not seeing green. It's seeing red
And
when you are seeing green.
sorry, Naomi,
Oh,
one point. They
sorry.
don't get it. And that is why sometimes when someone is going through abuse, they make you think that you are the one who is not normal. You are
They
the one who is
gaslight
doing
you.
the wrong thing. Yes.
They gaslight you. You see, abuser. That's where that word came from. They make you think you are the one that is mad.
Yes.
They do things to you. I'll tell you just to explain gaslighting for anybody that is there that does not understand, so that they can relate it in case they're because abuse is not just physical. You could be in a situation whereby you're being abused, you're being gaslighted, and it starts subtle, small. They'll be adding the dose. One day to just go out of control. Gaslighting, for instance, came from a word. The word came from this. A couple were in their house back in the olden days. The man will switch off the light. The woman will say, "Oh, something." The man will switch off the gas or something like that, and the lights will go off, something like that. And the woman will say, that was switching off the light." The man will say he doesn't know. The woman will go there and see that it's on again. The man has not switched it on again. The man kept switching it on and off. Each time she went back, it would be on again. So the woman got confused. So the man made her think there was something wrong with her.
Yeah.
But guess what? He was the one doing it. That is gaslighting. Somebody making you deny your reality. So, see, one of my friends, her husband will beat her. He will report her on behalf of her. He will tell the medical practitioners that there's something wrong. Out of pity, can you imagine? I think there's something wrong with his wife. She's getting it confused. That she's the one that tried to do this. But I think there's something wrong. Should I say that the woman couldn't report because they actually thought there was something? She too started believing there was something wrong with her. So you see, those people are very mad. They're sociopaths. They're not people you're supposed to live with because they don't see you. They don't see you that way. They cannot love.
Yeah. They don't have that. They are not capable of.
Yes, they're not capable of it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So how can they see? And it's not as if they can't change. But they have to come to a realization of that problem themselves. There's help available for them. In case there's somebody that is a narcissist or you're an abusive person, you're watching this show, there's actually psychotherapists that can help you out there if you can accept that problem.
Yeah.
But you see, the problem is a lot of them, their pride would allow them to live in denial. You have to see a lot of these men when they grow older. They are lonely. Because now their families, the eyes of their families or their daughters or their sons, what has opened. Nobody wants to associate them in old age.
Associate with them, yeah. True. Please let me take the chat. Let me welcome some people.
Let's check chats.
OG Brown, you are welcome. Be Yourself Dynasty, you're welcome. I think I welcomed you earlier on. You are welcome. OG Brown, welcome. Okay, some people came in. I think. Oh, Latanya, you are welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. Okay, the chat. You are absolutely right. Okay, I think Be Yourself was agreeing to what you had said earlier on. Wisteria.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was trying to go live on IG.
Okay. Hello, host. Yes, ma'am. Very true. They are grooming these children to be narcissists. Latanya agrees. Yes, and I agree. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Imagine those children believing that women are bad, women are supposed to be beaten, and they grow up believing that.
And children, I've heard children say stuff like that before. And I have heard children say, kids as in 6 year, saying they don't want to get married. And you ask why, and they say because of the way daddy is treating mommy. Do you
Yes.
understand?
Did you see that video that went viral during the week about these little Indian kids? Did you
Yeah.
see it? I think I
No.
posted it on my WhatsApp. I'll just quickly tell you what happened.
Okay.
The father and the mother had a gathering with another set of couples,
Okay.
and the children were now playing mommy and daddy.
Uh-huh.
Whilst they were playing mommy and daddy, the adults now asked them to, basically play out the play in front of them.
Mhm.
The boy now said, I'll go to work, I will come back, she will cook for me, then I will get angry, I will shout, then I will beat her.
Oh my goodness.
The boy mimicked, then the girl too said,
That,
eh, maybe she said something about she will be cooking, then she's sad, then she will give daddy anyway, something like that. They were just saying how they are seeing their parents do, unfortunately.
exactly. Be yourself says exactly. That's the point. Some kids tell people, I'll beat you the way my daddy beats my mommy.
See,
Wow. Yes.
some
Because that's what they
some
see.
some kids don't even verbalize, they don't express it early. You see, those ones are the most dangerous ones. Those ones that is just in their subconscious, that they think they are okay, that they've not dealt with their emotions. Those ones are the dangerous ones. Because some kids that have been exposed to domestic violence, you see, there
Yes.
are two things. They can go on and become a victim, or they can go on and become an abuser themselves. Or
Yes.
they can decide that, but not just by deciding, they have to take practical steps. Any child that has been exposed to domestic violence has to take practical steps, not to grow up to either be a victim or an abuser.
An abuser,
Without
yes.
that practical step, I'm sorry, it's almost impossible for the child not to go either of the two ways.
It takes
Because
conscious effort.
it's in the child's subconscious.
Yes.
It's indirect trauma from home.
Yeah. Yeah. Naya Sim says, one of my students told me that she doesn't want to be married and she told me not to marry. She told me that men are crazy, and I asked her why. It boiled down to family problems. Yes, it's so true. Yes, they don't even realize it. So the chat is, you know, the chat is, I mean, bringing out different perspectives of, in contribution to what you are saying. Yes,
Mhm.
the kids need resetting. They do,
They
and
need help,
they need help. You know, they need.
unfortunately. And that's why sometimes you have to understand that these women that are going through domestic violence, they've lost they have now um they now have low self-esteem. It's
It's not just.
impossible for somebody to say,
It's not
let us
just low self-esteem. They have lost their sense of worth.
see your
Sense
you
of
know
being.
what it means
They've
for somebody
lost
to
everything.
devalue you, to dehumanize you. If you've never been in that situation, you don't know how it is. It's almost
Mm,
against your spirit. Like
mm,
they break whatever the universe, whatever God has made of you, they break it. Do you know what it
exactly.
means to be kicked, to be punched by somebody that is supposed to love you? See, your brain already is just deteriorating.
It's damaged.
Then those people, they don't start from the physical abuse. That's the thing. They already start to control you from the relationship, but it's very
Yes.
subtle. You won't
Yes.
notice if you're not emotionally intelligent, or if you're someone that has been exposed to that kind of environment. It will look like norm to you. Okay, there's something
Yeah.
called love bombing. Is it love bombing or love bombing? When you meet a guy and they just over pamper you, treat you, you almost be thinking, is this good to be?
Is
This is
it
too good to be true?
possible?
Is it
Is it
possible?
possible
When you
in
see
this
somebody like
life?
that, please give time in your relationship so that
Yeah.
one day you want to see that person get angry. Press his buttons. See how
Yeah.
does he react when he's angry with his friend? How does he
Yeah.
react when he's angry with you? How
Yeah.
does he talk to his parents? How does he talk to his siblings? Do you get
Exactly.
it? You want to see them in their vulnerable state where they can lose control. You want to see because don't be cluttered by some of the charms. You see, abusers are very charming.
Oh yeah, they are. I know one that is very nice, very
Hmm.
sweet,
They
as
are
in
very
so
charming.
amiable.
Hmm.
If you see this person's personality, so nice, you would want to be that person's friend.
Yes.
But by the time you go close and you hear the things that the person does, oh my goodness, you say, what? How can these two personalities live in one person? It's like
Oh, that's
demons and
another thing
angels.
that drives their victim crazy. It's like you're seeing two personalities in one person.
Yeah.
That is enough to drive you crazy. Because imagine somebody that was laughing with you in a crowd. Just now. Because he has a persona he has to present to the crowd.
Oh my
Imagine the moment you people just enter another room and there's no crowd and just switches or maybe pinches
goodness.
you or contains you that you're talking too much
It
and you don't know
does.
that you know everything. You know they've already controlled your ability to talk. So
Yeah.
when you go back into that crowd, let me give you this example. On my wedding day, on the altar, my ex-husband abused me in front of the whole church. But guess what? Nobody knew what he said. In fact, he said it smiling in front of the priest.
Wow.
But I heard him because he whispered it to me. But guess what? Everybody would think, oh, romantic guy, romantic couple.
Yeah.
Wait now, wait to get to the kissing part. You know what he said to me? I was late. I wasn't feeling well. I was one of those people that got pregnant out of wedlock. Then the baby had died, but the wedding still continued. There were other circumstances surrounding my marriage. I didn't want to go ahead, but I wanted to listen to my parents. Then I went ahead. And they are pastors, religious people, religious people. Their
Okay.
pastor said he's my husband. Somebody that is already behaving like a hooligan is my husband. Okay. Stupid me too. I went ahead,
Sorry, I'm
child
laughing.
of God. I don't want to offend God. We're assistant Jesus. Hmm? We're not assistant Jesus. We went ahead. Yes. So because of what had happened,
I mean,
no,
let
it's,
me finish laughing my laughter.
you know, because of what had
Pow, pow.
happened,
Sorry,
what's
Pow
that?
Pow, you are welcome.
You're
Welcome,
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 guys.
Pow Pow. Welcome,
Because of what had
welcome.
happened, I started bleeding on the wedding day,
Oh,
because I didn't have enough rest from when I had the stillbirth. I don't know if I should call it miscarriage or stillbirth because the baby was just, I was going to my second trimester, but I still had to birth it. It was already dead. It died inside me. Who knows? Maybe it's even the stress the man had already started giving me. Who knows? Maybe that was God's way of saving me to not go ahead. I don't know. But religious people will think, okay, you know, anyways, on that day, I was bleeding. I was not feeling well. So I was late to church. Everybody didn't know why I was late to church. This guy started telling my friends, if she's not here in this time, I'm going to leave. My director is there. Imagine on the wedding day, because my chief bridesmaid was now calling me, that your husband. I'm like, what will I do? I wasn't feeling well. I shall manage, they made up for me. I shall came to church. Nobody knew I was in pain that day. I was in so much pain. I padded myself well. I shall presented myself. And I got to the altar. Do you know what this guy whispered to me as my father handed me over? I can't remember his exact words, but tears were rolling down inside of me. I knew I'd made a mistake, the biggest mistake of my life. You know
wow.
what he said to me? He said, if you're not looking fine, something about maybe if they did rubbish on my face, that's something about if I was not looking fine is a different thing he would have been saying. That he doesn't know what took me so long that I was late and kept the director waiting. Something like that, you know.
His director
And
is
he pulled me to say it. So you see, there was already a pain. But you see, it's very subtle. Nobody saw it. But he did it in front of everybody. In that moment, he has controlled me to behave
yeah.
myself for that. In fact, for me, that's my clue of behaving myself on that day. That's my own clue. Then guess what? After the service, people are not like, you're not smiling, they're already there. Smile and take picture. Me that I just wanted to burst into tears. I shall force to smile. So what I'm trying to say is that abuse does not start from beating. Because actually he had not started beating me, but guess what? He has started eating things around me.
I talked about that thing on Friday. I talked about it. That is one of the biggest red flags. You,
When they start
you
punching
know,
walls,
punch the wall,
throw
slam the
things around
table,
you,
you know.
run. One day
Exactly.
it is you they
I
will
said,
throw. One day it is you they will punch.
yeah.
Yes. One day it is you they will throw, one day it is you they will punch. And God forbid you don't survive it.
Huh.
Somebody asked that why do women stay? It's not a woman's fault sometimes. You guys have to understand that their mental health has deteriorated. Low self-esteem has kicked in. The abuser has told them every day that they are ugly, that it's only them that can tolerate them. I'm very educated. This guy would tell me that my qualifications were worthless. He would tell me that nobody can employ me. He even told me I was a failure in business.
Just to
I'm
break
a guru in business, so I started seeing less and less of myself daily. I used to have a very long hair. I went to cut it. I went to scrape it. I started seeing myself. This man will not be able to kiss me. You know what he would tell me? He said, "You look like a man. I cannot kiss you."
Oh my
I didn't kiss. My marriage was I was married for how long? I did not kiss for a long time. He will not sleep with me. Abusers, they use things to control you. It could be
Yeah.
money, it could be sex,
Yeah.
it could be
anything.
access.
Yeah.
They will find something that is a void in your life and they will use it to control
They
you.
will use
And
it.
guess
Yes.
what? They will put you in a place that you would not find anybody to trust, to open up to.
Yeah.
Because the few times you've tried to open up, those people too will come. Why did you abuse that? Why did you? They'll come
Oh
and
my
put you in trouble.
goodness.
They don't carry you to their house, so when they are going,
There's
they are the one that will come back home with the abuser. So now you're in bigger trouble.
There's a video I have scheduled to premiere on Thursday. Some of these things you're saying, I already said it in that video. Because I usually do, shoot my videos and, just file them up there. And
Mhm.
so that whenever I want to premiere, I just set it. And this one that I scheduled it. I think I scheduled it on Sunday to
Okay.
premiere on to premiere this Thursday. I already talked about this thing that you just said. I talked about
Okay.
it. Do you understand? Let me just take a few things. The chat. Um, yeah, I think I have welcomed Pau Pau. Pau Pau, welcome. Latina says they don't know their worth because the parents never taught them. We're taught to work for love from our family. You're only worthy if you do everything your parents want. Nasim says they are very charming till you go closer. Yes. Wisteria says yes. It's just when that door closes sometimes. Oji Bramba is laughing. I have seen couples that are fighting and their three kids were just looking at them as if they were watching movies. Oh, very contradicting personality. Yeah? A simple look can tell you, and but no one else does. Yep, they are bold with abuse. Yeah. Thank you, Princess Beyond. Yeah. Can you imagine? So sad. Yeah, this is so sad. Biritirang, you are welcome. Thank you for coming. Mega love shout out, Auntie Wisteria. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The low self-esteem is another one. Yes. Yes, preach. Okay, so all right. So yes, continue.
Yeah, so
Continue.
they find things to use as tools to control you. Anything can control somebody. You see, those people they have very high emotional intelligence.
Yes, I do.
And unfortunately, that's another thing some of their victims don't have. Don't get me wrong, most of these victims are strong women. It doesn't mean they
Yeah.
are gullible women.
Oh yes.
It's just
Oh
that there was something that they were longing for,
yes.
that
And it's
abused
and
and noticed.
sorry, and I don't want to forget what you're saying.
That's
And
fine.
please pause and please don't lose your train of thoughts.
Okay.
Most of their abused, most of those people they abuse are strong women, and
Very strong women.
They identify it from the get go that this person is a strong woman. They want to break that person because they want to feed themselves with that energy.
Yeah.
They want to feed from that energy. They know, okay, this one, if I'm able to break this one, oh, it feeds their ego.
No, they
And
need the power. It's
they,
a power thing for them.
yeah,
Narcissists,
it's
like,
a power
so
thing.
they target you that you are a strong woman, but they know that
Yes,
you have a need.
yes.
You see,
So
they could notice that she wants, and that need they will only meet it when they are trying to get you. The moment they get you in their web, they will show you their true mask. They'll take off their
yes,
mask. They'll show you
yeah,
their true color.
yeah.
They just use that need that is a void in your own life. They just meet it whilst they're trying to get you during the love bombing stage when they are trying to get you. And guess what? These people are very patient. So
Oh,
don't
they
think, oh,
are.
I dated him for 5 years. He never raised his hands on me.
They are. They are patiently waiting. You dated for 5 years and he never raised his. And the moment you got married, that was it.
You know, the problem is that some of these things are things these people they're just in denial of. If they know it's there. There was one time I used to think to myself that is it that they have short time amnesia, or because they will act as if they don't know what happened when they come and beg you. Or some of them will say it's because of something you did that that I beat you. I beat you because of something you did. Or I behaved in this way because of
Wisteria
something.
says yes. Wisteria says yes. That's how it was for her.
Sorry about that.
That's
You know.
how it was for her.
When somebody says these things, people have never really been in this situation. Unfortunately, they might not get it. Because I've seen people get angry. Now, why didn't she leave? Why didn't she leave? Oh, you are not in her shoes. You don't know how afraid she was. You don't know what the man had over her.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is why if somebody that is going through abuse opens up their mouth to tell you that my husband is beating me, this person is controlling me, please anonymously go and report to save their life. You don't have to let her know that you reported. Just anonymously go and report because they are afraid of something you are not aware of.
Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
lot of women, a lot of men to get abused, a lot of people have lost their life because they were
Yeah.
afraid to leave.
Yes. And there's something I would say when you finish. I
Because
want
they
to,
were afraid to leave,
yeah.
you know. So aside low self-esteem that stops a woman from leaving, I mentioned religion.
Oh, okay.
Religion is a big, in fact, religion is like, especially the ones that are fanatic. When you've heard since you're growing up, God hates divorce, God hates divorce, God hates divorce. Divorce is not an option. Divorce is not an option. You would think it's to die there. Then very religious people also have the mental, what God cannot do does not exist. I'm not mocking anybody. I'm just saying it's those kind of taglines that make some people think, oh, this man will change. But it's not a spiritual thing, it's a psychological thing. It's like how people get sick of cancer and they go and get treatment. It's a mental illness. They need treatment. It is not normal for somebody that is supposed to love you to beat you up. It is not normal for somebody that's supposed to love you to think controlling you is love. It is not normal for somebody that is supposed to love you to dehumanize you. Do you get it? It is not a normal thing. You are endangering your life and the life of your kids being in that situation because you are with a madman.
Sorry. Sorry, Latia is saying something
And
in
she
the
said,
chat. Latia says, you don't leave because you're used to it. When your parents abuse you, you're not taught to leave. Parents groom you to take it. And then
yes,
she said, what you're talking about is called spiritual abuse.
spiritual abuse, spiritual bondage.
I tell you.
Spiritual, that generational curse is
And that is the worst thing anyone can be in.
spiritual bondage. That's the worst place anybody can be. It's a
Yes.
loveless marriage. Do you understand what it means to be in a loveless marriage? Loveless marriage. Loveless. No love. The person does not know. See, it's not like the person knows and they are depriving you of it. Get it? They don't know how to show you the love.
They can't, they don't have the ability to show you
They
love.
don't have the ability to show you the
They
love
can't. They cannot.
until they get help. Like I said, they can get help because
Yeah.
these things are psychological. But they need
Yeah.
to come to an acceptance of that problem by themselves. Some
Yes.
abusers will come and beg, and people take them back, and it gets worse. They beg again, families begs, they take them back, it gets worse, and becomes a cycle. You are making yourself some mother or mother. I don't even know the English. you are the one running yourself mad the more. The more you
Yeah.
keep going back and forth into that cycle, guess what is happening? You are being entangled in his web further.
Yeah.
Because each time he comes back with a more convincing attitude, with a more convincing lie, with a more convincing promise of change. My therapist told me something one day. She said, don't go back. Because I was thinking to talk to an online therapist. She said, don't go back on a promise of change. They
Because they
have to
cannot
have,
change.
yeah,
Ah,
they need to have committed. See, they need to by themselves willingly say, I have this problem, and
yes.
talk about it. If you meet a man that can say, please help me, I beat my wife, I don't know how, but I just find myself angry and I'm just beating her. I saw, maybe I didn't see my father growing up, or I saw whatever the case is. But you meet a man that can accept it. Trust me, that person wants to change, because abusers don't like to be known. That's why they hide behind a mask of charm.
Yeah.
So if you meet somebody that is willing to accept, that person wants to change. Because I'm just helping some religious sister out there so that you understand that there's nothing you can do to make this person change. And it is not in your favor to make them promise to change, then you go back. No. They have to change first. They have to commit to a long, significant time of therapy, psychotherapy to be precise, because they are
Yes.
sociopaths. It's
Yes.
something screwed up in their head. Do you understand? It's a brain thing that needs to be fixed. It's not you can't fix it. No matter how much you love them, you cannot correct it. They don't know how to give you the love back. So family would say you should go back, or in-laws, they are not in the situation with you. All
Yeah.
those sleepless nights, I was more lonely in my marriage than anything else. All those sleepless nights, are they there with you? All those times that you're the only one doing the chores, are they there with you? All those times that the person took financial control of your means, are they there with you?
Hmm.
How long? I see some women in their old age, they stayed in an abusive marriage. They said because of their children. They don't have a life now, because those children they stayed for have moved on with their lives. Now, those women that had potentials, they just grew old to say, oh, we stayed because of our children. What life? What kind of life is that? You are as good as, think about it. See, you cannot stay in something because of your children. In fact, it's a selfish thing to do, because you are afraid to leave. You are afraid of the unknown, because you are putting your children in more danger. I saw one video, the man, the baby, newborn baby, he was beating the woman. As he was beating the woman, the baby was crying. I, I can share the video, but it's very, like, the man took the baby and threw the baby.
Wow.
Yes, the man threw the man carried, like I told you, they are mad people. He took the baby. I was breastfeeding my child one day when my ex-husband started beating me up. I was breastfeeding. I had to drop my child so that my child does not drop from my hand. I had to go and pull. Whilst I was being beaten, this guy was pulling me. Me, I was running towards a safe place to put the child down. You see, me as the mother, I'm thinking, hey, this child is a newborn baby. This child can fall down. I wasn't even thinking of my safety then. I was just thinking, let me secure this child, even though I was
Yeah,
being
I've
beaten.
experienced that. I have
You've
experienced that.
experienced that.
Yeah, I experienced it.
I was being beaten and I was thinking, but then at that moment, do you think they're thinking what happens to the child? They've lost it. It's like a beast just comes upon them. And that's how you know that they are mad.
Mhm.
They are not normal people. They're not like you and I that are reasoning, that are seeing this thing as wrong. They don't see it that way.
You don't.
Let me let you talk. I'm going to leave soon. I have a program at 8:30. But let me let you talk. Or if there are questions.
Yeah, I just want to take the comment. Naya Sim says it's not normal for someone that is meant to love you to abuse you.
It's
And
not.
yeah, it's not. Lataya says, Naya Sim, love and abuse do not go together. Like water and oil, it's always going to lead to separation.
Yes.
Always, always, always.
I want to talk about neglect. You see, there are some people, they will say they are emotionally unavailable.
Because
It's part of
perhaps
it.
Course reps, you are welcome. Sorry, Naomi. Course
It's
reps,
fine.
you are welcome. Thank you for sharing us out. Be Yourself is still here. Thank you all for still being here. Thank you all. Thank you all. Um, yeah. Please continue. Does anyone want to ask questions? Does anyone want to come up? Please, co-host, are you remarried? Well said, sis.
Oh,
Co-host,
you me there asking.
yeah.
That's another story. When I came out of abuse, I like juices. Don't mind now. I do a lot of talking, so I tell a lot of
you
stories.
guys, you guys, I know her. I did not know her from YTO. I have known her as in real life. We
Hmm.
real
Tell
life.
what happened to me. Hmm. See, when you come out of abuse, you better find the nearest therapist too. Hmm. If not, you find yourself, you continue to find yourself in abuse. You know why? Because there was something that got you there that you've not yet fixed.
Yeah,
And until you fix that thing with your esteem, you keep attracting men that will abuse you, unfortunately.
yeah,
I'm sorry. That and statistics shows that a lot of women that have gone through abuse, their first attempt to remarry or have another partner will be an abusive partner,
yeah,
especially if they've not gotten help.
yeah.
So if you find yourself coming out of an abusive situation or a toxic situation, please do CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Find counselor, find somebody to talk about what you have gone through. Let them give you techniques, tools to help you understand what you've gone through and to heal. Because I went into a relationship when I'd not gotten help. I kept on thinking Holy Spirit will help me.
Oh,
Holy Spirit will heal me. And it's not as if there's no place for prayer, but there's a reason. Like I said, it's like cancer. You
yeah.
know, you need to get treatment. Guess what? I went into another relationship. Now, this person was now going to abuse my children. I had to run. In fact, at that point, I had to open up to the mental health nurses. I thought there was something wrong with me. That is as if, in fact, you know what they will say? Our pastors will say is spiritual problem.
Yes,
Rejection. Yes,
I'm going
that
to
was what
talk
I was
about that
told. All
one.
they kept on telling me was spiritual problem. I fasted. I had ulcer. I fasted.
I'm going to talk
Because
about that one. Oh, course reps, you are welcome.
I I fasted.
Hi.
Hmm. The fasting used to take people to heaven. I'm supposed to have turned to angel by now. I fasted. I fasted. I was thin. I fasted. I'm not. See, I fasted to the extent that I won't be able to. The ulcer will. It will be as if it has burst, shape perforated. I don't know what they call it.
Separated,
Ambulance will come and carry me. I'll be crawling. I won't be able to take care of my children. That was how bad it was. Because in my head, religious people have entered my head. I thought I was fighting a spiritual problem. So I'll be crawling. I'll be in pain.
What the-
spiritual abuse.
Spiritual abuse, though, spiritual abuse. One pastor told me I was going to go to hell. I was already living with that condemnation. Another pastor told me to go back. That is the oracle of God. He's the
Oh my
mouthpiece of God.
goodness.
That how won't I listen to him? So imagine I was dealing with condemnation. I was fasting, thinking it was spiritual problem. So I was giving myself continuous ulcer. See, let me tell you something. Knowledge
Oh, my
is
people
vital for
say,
anybody that wants to live a good life. Knowledge. And thank God we're in an environment that we can get help. I wish Nigeria too will become more advanced like that in this mental health stuff. A lot of those women that have gone through abuse need mental health care. I wish organizations can start doing group recoveries because I went for one
That's
of those things and it really helped me.
victim support. That's
Yes,
victim
victim
support.
support,
Wisteria,
recovery
Wisteria has gone through
groups.
it. Yeah, Wisteria, she's here. She has
Okay.
gone through it.
Oh, nice. Because you will see other women like you, so you will know you are not alone to start with. That alone will give you confidence that there's nothing wrong with you, that it is not a spiritual problem. There is a pattern that you can break. If your mother has gone through it, if your grandmother has gone through it, it is not something that is nice. It's not like they wore a nice dress and you want to wear it in your next generation.
You don't have
And
to go through it. You don't have to.
you don't have to go through it. You can break the pattern.
Mhm.
Patterns are meant, a bad pattern is meant to be broken. If you see something that is not good, you go and take it now. So why would you want to go through abuse? But what you're doing to your children, if you have kids now, is that you are automatically signing them up for that kind of life. Sorry, let me let our third co-host talk. Our second
Okay.
co-host.
Cost reps, you're welcome.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Yes, I don't know.
I like your
Before you talk,
confidence.
before you talk, let
Okay,
me quickly take the chat.
no problem. Okay.
Okay,
Oh, God.
Dan Sonia, you're welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. Okay, Be Yourself says you're absolutely right, sis. Okay, imagine fasting.
I fasted though. I used to be very
Oh,
religious.
so sorry, co-host. Someone is
Okay.
telling you so sorry.
You used to be. I'm
I'm
coming.
not
Let her
religious
conclude.
though.
I just pick that word.
I
Latanya
used to be.
says,
I'm one of those people that a pastor will say jump. I'll say, Pastor, how high do you want me to jump?
Latanya says
Oh,
that's crazy.
Barabakuk. Wonderful.
Latanya says that's crazy. Protecting your kids is number one priority. Nothing matters more than that. These pastors are psycho. That's what Latanya says.
I'll go to hell. I'll think. Then you know that scripture, God hates divorce. God, I never read the part B. It's just that God hates divorce. But that the second part of that scripture said God hates divorce. He said a man should not put his wife through cruelty, and he should not be unfaithful. But they never read that part for you because a lot of them are unfaithful. A lot
No,
of them
no,
are
no, no,
cruel.
no, no. You know what?
Sorry for cutting you short. Guys, please, I have to talk here now.
Please
Good
talk,
evening,
talk.
everybody in
Good
the
evening.
chat. You know, sometimes we have made church and pastors demigod. Let me use that word. Let me use pastors in particular. This particular verse you are talking about now, a pastor, a female pastor, said something about it this morning. He said, we only pick that first part, God hates divorce. But the men that God influenced to write that scripture didn't tell you in an abusive union.
Yeah.
They will not finish the part that tells you that it is wrong for you to lay your hands on your wife. And who have we offended? Mainly Africans. Who have we offended that gave us that impression that if men cheat is their right? If women cheat, for example, it's a sin. That is where the problem is coming from. We should try and not use this scripture as a backup. Do you know what they call backup?
To justify
Backup
their
plan.
wrongdoing.
Yes, to justify what you are doing that is wrong. My dear sister, I have 4 sisters. Although none of them, if you tell them married, they'll tell you marriage is not achievement. And I'm beginning to see reasons with them where it doesn't even bother them. It does not even bother.
Please stop.
I have 4 sisters, and these 4 sisters, men are waiting. Oh, there are men there. Oh. They told them, if you cannot wait, you go. I'm not in the mood now. I talk about my own personal life, my own sisters. I'm not saying marriage is bad, but please, it's never an achievement, and nobody told you that you are going to go to hell if you don't get married. Oh Jesus! Who have we offended? Who have we offended that has used this spirituality in a way to divert our will I use medulla now, or the central system of the brain that told us that like somebody called psycho in the chat. Who have we offended that will allow a pastor to tell us how we are going to live our lives? Okay, now, for example, talking about our sister who just passed on. If she had spoken out, peradventure she spoke out, where are those persons that she spoke out to? Why didn't they come out to tell us? And I
What
just
did
heard
they do? What did they do? What did they tell her when she was
God
speaking
bless
out?
you. And I just heard something this evening that the man in question is a man of God. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh.
The pastor, who is the pastor in please? That kind of person, when they come and report that another congregation beat somebody,
The husband is a
what do
pastor.
you think he will tell the person?
I just heard it this evening that the husband is a pastor.
Which I saw it today.
Okay,
Wow.
I just heard it today that the husband, this man in question, is a pastor. And I keep on asking myself, who is he pastoring with, or who are his close associates and
What
pastors?
is he teaching them? What is he teaching them?
Do you know what somebody told me? One of my sisters in the Lord then, when I was still trying to find my partner, I'm thinking maybe I'll remarry. One of my pastors then was already talking to me that I should try and remarry because it was already 3.5 years, going to 4 years that I'd left my husband. I know what one of these my sisters in the Lord told me, just so that you know how brainwashed a lot of them are already. You know, and she was going through abuse. You know what she told me? Yes, You know what she told me? She said that you have to pray that God will change your ex-husband. That because Gio told us that it's only your first husband that God recognizes. That any other man God does not recognize. So and I said, but the man has moved on with his life to another woman. He has child, like, so am I going to start polygamy family that I came out of again? She said, you have to just pray. At least maybe, you people will just find how you will work together. Hey!
Hey!
In my head, I said, hey! Then I was still religious. So in my mind, I was thinking, hey, it's not enough that God is angry with me. It's not enough that I'm going to hellfire. It's now that my hell has already started. They are going to be pouring the fire the more. I have to be praying that, hey, this man should change. Oh, whenever you change, I'm waiting here for you to come and take me back into the abyss. Oh, hey.
No.
Please leave.
That cannot be. Let me take some chats. Latanya says, okay. That Sonia says, I'm not in the mood now for marriage. Latanya says, it says to love your wife like Christ loves the church. Jesus
They will not
died-
they will not mention that. Is that divorce? That's terrible.
Unconditional love is what
I did an LS today now.
now.
I did an LS and I was asking, is divorce an option? My dear sister, is an option. The day he lays his hand on you like this, also, Zakba as a
women, they are afraid of the outcome.
I will not wait for that.
Who outcome help?
I know that what outcome help. They don't know now.
Princess, you said what?
I said, if you see the red flag, don't wait for that hand to land before you run. Do not wait for the hand to land.
A man who beats you while he was dating you will kill you when he marries you.
I saw the hand.
Beating. A man that throws things around you when you are dating, or
we do worse when you are married.
Bullying you, or is removing things from your body, is angry, like you see them, or is shouting at you, or is disregarding you in front of people. See, that abuse is huge.
Just be I am me now. I'm not married now. At some point, I'm scared of even entering. At some point, because how do I cope with this? Based on my past experience with this girl and this girl, how will I cope? To even enter is even scary for me now. I don't even married before. So what are they telling us? And a time has come whereby pastors should please stop using that pulpit to lie to us.
Marriage advice. Are they professional marriage counselors? That you are a pastor, that you are an ordained pastor doesn't make you a marriage specialist. It doesn't make you a marriage therapist. Why are you counseling people maritally? I'm sorry. Except you are a pastor that you have been trained professionally to counsel couples. I'm not saying you are trained to be a counselor for the masses, for your congregation. No. Particularly for marital issues. Then I can believe you'll be objective in your advice. But who are you? Imagine that man that told me that it's God's mouthpiece. I went back after that man. I told you I used to be very religious. I went back. In fact, when I went back, I didn't tell anybody in my family. All the people that I helped when I was coming out, even his sister helped me then. I didn't tell anybody. I carried my 2 legs. Hey, God's mouthpiece has spoken. I went back. Hey, God, when my life flashed in front of me, nobody taught me to do.
It's like when it came, it was like a flashlight.
That pastor called me. The funny thing is that my ex-husband that kept going back to that pastor to manipulate him that he has changed. That pastor now called me. And I asked that pastor one question. I said, you told me to go back. You told me at the mouthpiece of God. I obeyed. I went back. The incident happened again. You were not there. Even to carry phone and call police, nobody was there to rescue me. I said, what if I had died? What would have happened? I said, excuse me, sir, if this was your daughter, this is the same advice. That man answered, let me pray for you.
Does their daughter marry men that will beat them without them doing counseling for 6 months?
No, I was waiting for her to finish. I was waiting for her to finish so I can give this particular scenario.
Even that pastor that told me that I'll go to hell, the next time he came back, I told him, I said, I've heard you, sir. I've heard you, sir. You said I'm making a wrong decision. You said I'll go to hell because of this. Okay. And I asked him, I said, do you have female children? He said, yes. I said, okay. Since you believe that this is good for me, and you genuinely feel that this is the best thing for me to do so that I don't go to hell because you want me to make the kingdom of God, I pray in the name of Jesus that every single one of your female children would experience more than what I've experienced, and they will meet this kind of the man just said that.
Lord of Habakkuk.
The man even sent me money afterwards. The man even sent me money. I'm like, maybe the money was to reverse the course. I don't know what it was. Because I was frustrated. You know, I was like,
And you know, frustration, some sort of frustration can give you boldness. The boldness that you never expected.
I feel like, leave me, you know, like, hey, let's go to the hellfire. You know, is it not hell I'm coming from?
Sincerely, the truth is, there are many questions I have not gotten answers, even to this moment. And I want us to talk about it. I just finished my LS some minutes ago, and people were throwing their own opinion and even their situations, what they have passed through. The family have tried, like somebody said, no problem. The family tried. If the man eventually is a pastor, who is he pastoring? Who has he mounted the altar to preach to? Now, I heard that he was arrested, he was released. I don't know if he has been arrested again, but I heard he has been released. Now, if a man tells his children that beating his wife is normal, is a sign of respect, what has he inculcated in those kids?
See, is it that one alone? If he's a pastor, what has he done to the congregation is pastoring?
The matter is making me want to go mad. I mean, I'm confused because if, for example, this man has spoken shit, oh God, they pay me. We would have averted this issue. We would have averted this issue, even with the social media. We would have averted this issue. By the time we jab the man like 2 times, but they go tell her because he's jobless. One. He's the woman's manager.
That's why he's manager now, because he's jobless.
Controls everything. And
he wanted to control her totally and completely.
This is a cause of
something.
Control everything because
peradventure you're in a situation that
intimidated.
Peradventure you're in a situation that the person is not even able to control your finances. Let me give you another way they will control it. They will make sure you're the one paying all the bills in the house. That way, you will never have anything left to take care of yourself and your children. That's another way they would control it.
About that one.
If they don't have access or they don't have the ability to stop you from having that money, they're going to find another means to control you. Because see, money is power. They know if you have money, you can live, get a house. So that's the one thing, they need you to have that under them. And if they can't have that under them, they will look for another means to make sure you're penniless, that you cannot save, that you cannot invest, that you don't have enough money to do anything else for your life.
Yes. They will find something to tell you so that you will believe that lie and say, oh, okay, I'm not able to do this. I better stay. I'm not able to. I can't make money. Or I'm a failure. Or I won't be able to.
I know 2 cases. I know 2 cases. I can't divulge too much, but I'll just tell you how these men control their finances. One, in fact, 2 of them are very rich. They happen to be the breadwinner of the family. The men don't have work. So, when a man does not have work, you'll be guilt-tripping the woman. Any little money she does, is it because they're the one that is earning? Is it because there's income? So you will be feeling the guilt to keep dropping money, That's another way, to keep dropping money. Then one of them, the guy will be gambling. He will go and gamble with the money. He will go and gamble with the money. Then he put them in debt. This woman was never in debt. So even after she divorced him, she was still paying debt that does not concern her. Because he was even using her name, making her be the one to collect those loans, to go and gamble. Just look at that kind of thing. So they will control you through another means. If they can't have access or direct access to your money, they will find something else to limit you.
To make you to be spending. Make you.
And that is not submissiveness. Because I know some religious pastors, they say, oh, you need to be. No, that is not submissiveness. That a woman sits down at home and does not do anything is not submissiveness. If we are going to use the Bible and we use the Proverbs 31 woman,
they have used the Bible to deceive us. The Bible, they are contradicting the Bible. They will say God hate divorce. There was a video I shared in my channel about religion and tradition. And somebody quoted the Bible and said, and the person told me, it is in the Bible that we should not be ungodly yoked with unbeliever. I told the person, did the same Bible tell you that you should be able to judge them that they are evil and they are diabolic? The person said, Cosrep, you are correct. I said, yes, answer me, let's talk. The Bible told you not to be yoked with them. It did not tell you to judge them. The person said, you are right. So we have converted the Bible upside down, different mentality, different ideologies, different methodologies, and we start preaching.
I think how can
you tell me you read God hates divorce? That was a verse. In fact, the verse beneath it and the verse above it. Did you not read it to know what God said? You just speak that. God hates divorce, and you start spreading. I support divorce. If I support it, if you cannot go, please go. Don't come and kill me.
God supports divorce. Come and kill me. God supports divorce. God doesn't want you to die.
Who are all these people confusing people?
God doesn't want you to die.
What kind of thing is you're making people to die for nothing because you feel you're a man of God?
Wait, Cosreps, let me show you something in the Bible.
Okay, I need to even go, sis. I need to go.
Naomi, I know, just a minute. No. Just to tell you something about God and brokenheartedness and all that.
Okay.
You know, in Isaiah, where the Bible says that God has come to bind the brokenhearted. If I check for it now, I'll get it out and read it out to you, right? Now tell me, who are those people that are brokenhearted? Can anybody
will they see that part to read to you? They will tell you.
The people that are brokenhearted, the first set of people that are brokenhearted is boyfriend and girlfriend. They always go through. Is it not relationship? Is it not through relationship that you get broken hearts?
Ideology.
No, it is through relationship that you get broken heart.
Yes.
Before you get to marriage, you start a relationship, you start dating, boyfriend, girlfriend. So God recognizes that. Let's put that aside first. Let's know that already. I don't want to start exegesis here. I don't want to start teaching the word yet because I know it. I'm not boasting. I have it. Okay? But I just want to bring out something to show you that God understands and God recognizes that someone goes through broken heart and that you can leave that relationship.
You see, sis, another problem with that statement is that they've also misinterpreted that statement, that particular verse. And I'll quickly tell you how they have done it. Please, I'm joining now. Please, just 1 minute. I'm joining now. Thank you. Let me repeat. The Lord. That's
they say you're upset.
Don't be upset, though. Let me quickly read that scripture that you are talking about, and I'll quickly tell you how they misinterpreted. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit.
Yes,
you see, some of those sisters remaining there think God is coming to save them. Okay. And how they think is that they think the man will change, or somehow God will vindicate them in that place they are in. They don't still see it as their gateway to live, unfortunately. Sorry, then before I go, just one thing. I know I'm not a religious person. Please forgive me. I'm just reading this part because it feels as if English has failed us, or maybe I'm the one that is confused. I don't understand the English. Because
sometimes they'll call it philosophy and be confusing person.
Confusing our head. That scripture that says God hates divorce. It says, "For I, the God of Israel, hate divorce. I, the commander of heavenly armies, despise it when people wrap themselves in violence like a garment. So guard yourselves, be true to your wife and not unfaithful."
No, we don't see that part. No.
They don't see that part. Violence, unfaithfulness, violence, unfaithfulness, violence, unfaithfulness. Anyways, let me go.
We don't see that part. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you. We don't see that part. The truth is that they have they have converted English language to theology or philosophy. And thereby coming to tell us what we don't think we don't. Because English is clear. But when you come and put it in philosophy and theology, I did philosophy for about 2 months. In I think year 2, we had to change the course because we were confused. We were doing it. In that course, you are a man. They will tell you, yes, you are a man, for example. What are those things that makes you a man? You can see them that makes you a man. No, tell us the thing that makes you a man. And you are seeing it. That's the kind of course. Thereby converting the English of what you already know, as if you don't know nothing. Sincerely speaking, if I have my way, many things should change. You sincerely, a man can cheat because he is right. He can marry more than one wife. A woman cheat is a problem. Who has made us? Who have we offended that feel that women are second figure or second handed, as the case may be?
No, they are second-class citizens.
I don't really know who gave us that impression as Africans, or let me use Africans. Who have we offended? Let me share my story with you. When I was in camp in Italy, I came in, my phone, and we don't have phone. I begged my boss. I said, boss, please, buy me a phone. He said, no problem, it's a good thing, but he has to consult his wife. That was the very first day I heard that in Europe, if a wife does not permit, husband cannot do anything. Okay. I said, when he mentioned, let me consult my wife, I looked at him. I said, sir, because he speaks English little. I said, consult your wife. He said, yes. He said, I know in Africa, the man can take decision. But sorry, in Italy, a woman must support your decision. It was like, as in the mentality, after everything, after all the school I've gone, it's like I was learning something new for the very first time. As in, for like 2 minutes, my mouth was just open. He said, no, close your mouth. My wife must permit. So the next day, I did not hear from him. After 2 days, I said, sir, I did not hear from you. He said, sorry, my wife told me not to buy for you, because if I buy for you, I will have to buy for others. I said, sir, but I asked you first. He said, my wife said no. Exactly. Your wife said no, you will not buy for me. He said, no, you have not tried.
Partners. There's a reason.
God bless you. So who have we offended as Africans that feel that, yes, a man has the right and the woman does not have the right? That's the problem we are facing. And so we'll tell you they are traditional men. Oh, God of mercy. It's painful. It's really, I don't know. I'm not perfect. We all have our shortcomings. It's normal. But when you see something that is wrong, please say it. No matter who else is God, when you see what is wrong and you feel what you are seeing now is not what it's supposed to be, please always come up and say what you are seeing now is wrong. Please change. The person can learn from your mistakes. Yes. Nobody is perfect. Nobody has it all. If you want to analyze this issue now, I can list like 5 persons who I blame in this woman's death. Wow. Number 1 is the person that died. She's to be blamed. Number 2 is the man who she called husband, is to be blamed. Number 3 are those people who are coming now to write rubbish. I call it rubbish because she told you and you kept quiet.
Medicine after death.
They're going to be blamed. There's a particular one they call their daddy Geo pastors. If a person that sings with you for years in several programs, you cannot notice that she's not happy or something is wrong with her, and you are a pastor, is something not wrong there? No, let's be frank.
Of course.
They have done collabo. In fact, their song Nara, in herself and Pastor Paul Eneche, was my ringing to for almost 1 year and 4 months. Are you telling me that they have gone to several programs together? He used to take her as the choir mistress, any program he's going to. So you did not notice that this woman was battered and used as anyhow, as a pastor. You did not notice it. Now, the children and the family who might have talked, peradventure she was shy or ashamed of what the outside world will see. Oh, jeez. How? He came out and said she had throat cancer. She had throat cancer and she was going for programs, and we did not hear her break down one day. No. Some things are still opening. You will still hear a story. I'm very sure that some persons in apprentices, mainly the pastor, is aware of this issue. And if this man eventually is a pastor, I want to know the church he is pastoring. Those members should run away from that church. Sorry to say, but that's the truth. You see, the reason why I see Catholic and Anglican as different from what we have in the Pentecostal denomination. I'm not judging, but I'm just trying to differentiate why Catholic is different. Although Catholics still have their own, nobody's perfect. I know, but it is on a rare case. But let me frank, nobody is perfect too. But please, if what you hear in Pentecostals these days, you can't hear it in Catholic. It's difficult. A pastor that is going for Johnny, gadget everything under his clothes. You did not hear the story. Okay, you see, many things are happening, and I don't know why God is just keeping quiet. He's not. He's really a merciful God. They are proposing now, for example, that people should be swear in using Amadioha or anything. They should stop using Bible and they should stop using Bible and Quran to swear in. You have not heard about it. People are saying they should swear with those ones who can kill Ogungwangwa, who can kill immediately. Not the one that will commit you. So please, let's not be confused. Any man that slaps you while he was dating you will beat you while he's married to you. When you see a red flag, please run away.
Yeah.
I even heard a case that when she lost her father, the man told her to go to the village for the burial and came back that same day. Who will go for her father's burial the same day they buried the father and come back that same day after the burial? Are you telling me the families didn't see these things? You do not take shame to go and shame that. No, they make mistake. You take shame and share her. You shame her. Take shame her. But she's an adult. They will say she knows what she wants. But eventually the family must have tried. Oh, Jesus. Sincerely, I'm very angry. Joke apart. This is not matter. I'm very, very angry. I will not come and see a man who will not marry my sister and beat my sister. Anyway, let's leave the case. Let us know if you do. We will reach there. Now that the man will not say yes, people they crazy before, but they can't use God to still repent some more. But you will not say crazy still they.
Wow. Let me take.
You are beating my sister. A sister my father stopped beating when she was 5 years old. You will come beat them.
Imagine.
No, some things are left unsaid.
In this adult body, somebody will come. Ah, my goodness.
Some family members should hide their face in shame. Some family, sorry to say, but that's the truth. You should hide yourself in shame. Nobody is perfect. But what did the family do?
Yeah.
What did they do? To the extent of, she has given birth to 4 children. I even heard that today. She has given birth to 4. In all of these 4 children, the mother did not come for Mugo once.
4 children. She has 4 children. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. The all of these 4 children, the mother did not come for Mugo for one of the kids. Have you heard of an Igbo family that will give birth, that mother will not go and celebrate with the daughter through what they call Mugo?
Yeah, and it all happened in Nigeria. They're not that.
All happened in Nigeria. So if, for example, now somebody is far, is different, it all happened in Nigeria. Okay, now you gave birth first, second, third, fourth. Your mother-in-law did not come to bath your baby. No, let's see red flag everywhere. Red flag. Okay, now Frank Edward is saying the very first day he had an encounter with the husband, he felt something. You felt something and you kept quiet.
What did he do? What did he do?
That is the problem. That's what I know. I'm saying there are many things that will still come up. We are not ready to the end though. Things are coming up. You will hear stories. I'm the one telling you. I just said today that he's a pastor, that he did not allow the wife stay for the father's burial. The father was buried the same day the woman came, and she went back home the same day. Are you kidding me? When you are seeing red flag like this, you cannot even help your sister. Even if I know some families have tried. I know that some families try to help their family. Like a friend of mine gave us our own story today. She told us about her sister who is still in the same process. But please, families should try more. Nobody is perfect. My family is not perfect too. My family has its own rules.
So every family has something.
Yes, man. At a point when our first son, when the wife was complaining, I called him, bros, you senior me, but your wife they complain, you have to change. Till today, he respects me as a brother. Although he senior me well. My mama firstborn. But we talk. So you have to talk. Even if he's your senior, he's your junior, you talk. It will be recorded that you said something, and the wife or the husband will know that you said something. He might talk. He talk. He called me. He talk. You heard something. Somebody is coming to say she told him that the man tied her and asked the children to beat her. That yes, it is good for for a man to beat his wife. A pastor teaching the children that kind of a bad character while they are still young. Sincerely, there is many things to this story, but it's not really good. It's not really good. We like this matter to on the we sweep it under the carpet. That should not be done. No, that man should be taken. That man should be treated as somebody who have done something bad. Forget who he be. Hey, no, anyway, it is well, but the anger is, anyway, let me reserve my.
You know, these things keep happening, post reps. You know,
and people keep dying, and we keep keeping quiet.
You see the one that happened on the 1st of April. That woman that ran away from the husband with her children to Scotland. That the husband kept trying. The one that the husband burnt her and her younger.
Yes, burnt and younger. Yes, that's what I was saying.
Still talking about that one. That one was still the one that was making the news now before this one came up. You know, V yourself says this abuse is not only in marriage. Oh, some people would like to boss you around as their friends. Beware of people that.
It's the same thing. Speak out and leave immediately. Don't stay there. Speak out, you leave. You're not tied. Your umbilical cord was not tied there.
Yes.
You see, you have to keep quiet. You kill yourself. When you see it, you leave.
Run.
Go away.
Just
run
go.
away. My friend will tell you, Japa. Pat will always tell you, Japa. You run.
You can't hear it in Catholic church. You can't hear it in Catholic because they don't marry, but they do other bad things. Okay.
Did you hear what I said about Catholic Church? I never told you that the church is perfect. I said something like that. So nobody is telling you. Say I never said. I said it is rare. I'm not saying I'm good. I said it just now. If you can hear me, I didn't say it is 100% correct or perfect. Nobody, even me, say I'm not doing perfect 100%. When my own start, my young knows my cost with this. Everybody get his own.
Amaka in London, you are welcome. Amaka in London, you are welcome. There are some people that came in earlier on that I wrote in the chat. Babi UG, you are welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Anna Agbai official, thank you for coming and thank you for sharing us out. And everybody that is still in the chat, that was Sonia, Nayasim, Latanya, Wisteria, all of you that are in the chat, thank you all so much for coming and thank you for staying put. Please, all these my co-hosts, please guys, go and check them out. Go and subscribe to them. And check out whoever you don't have in the chat. Red Lipstick. Oh yes, I have not given you a shout out. I don't know if you're still here. Red Lipstick, Miss TY, you are welcome. Thank you so much for coming, sis. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you all know what we are discussing, and we have talked at length, and we are still talking. We will not stop talking.
At all. We will not stop talking.
On Friday, you were not here. Were you here? No. On Friday, no. I brought up Gigi Masibo Empire I featured her channel, right? And we were discussing these things. Will you talk if you're in a toxic relationship? Will you speak out and all that? And many people came here, including Mama Ifechi family. She spoke to us, right? And while we were here talking about these things, when you are going through this thing or speak out or something, everybody in the chat agreed you have to talk. We did not know that this thing was happening.
Can you imagine?
We didn't know that somebody was going to die the next day. We were here talking about it and people agreed, no, you have to speak, you have to speak, you have to talk, you have to talk, you have to tell somebody, you understand. So we just can't keep quiet because we are not in that era anymore. So many things have gone wrong. Religion has gone wrong. Pastors, parenting, other people, then friends, then peers, then they say people will talk, then all kinds of things. We have tagged them spiritual abuse, we have tagged them financial abusers, and all kinds of stuff. But these things do happen. We all know these things do happen. King Ismail, you're welcome. King Ismail, you're welcome. Thank you for coming. All these things happen. So if anybody here at all is going through this thing, this is not the time to keep quiet and hide and say, oh, let me not say. Somebody was saying last week, you know what made me even come to bring that topic? I went into sorry guys. Who is this person calling me? I'm on live. I'm on LS, please. I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Somebody was saying, I went somewhere in one of the houses last week, and somebody was saying, if you're going through stuff in your relationship with your husband, don't talk to anybody, don't talk to anybody, don't talk, even don't go and report to your pastor. Yes, I know, don't go and report to your pastor, don't talk. So I asked her, I said, host, what if that person is going through abuse in that marriage? Are you asking the person to keep quiet and
Not
die
to
inside
talk.
that thing? Just last week here, and the person is in our community,
Can you
and it
imagine?
was as if I was the only one antagonizing her in the chat.
And today it has happened.
It has happened now. That was why I even brought that topic on Friday and I said, come on, you guys, this is what I heard, and I don't agree. I have even made a video to that respect. I scheduled the video for Thursday. I scheduled it on Sunday for Thursday. So you're there telling people, don't talk, mind who you go to, don't talk, keep it, hide yourself, so that they don't carry your matter and begin to spread it. So are you still going to tell me not to talk, not to speak out, if people are going through this kind of thing? Is that a good advice?
Please, guys, I beg you. Those of us who are not married, we are praying for God to support us. But those of us who are married or in a relationship, if it is toxic, Princess have many videos on that toxic relationship. She has done live with. Go and learn.
Yeah.
Go and learn from Princess. Have done so many videos on that. I know what I'm saying. So you can't come and tell me you are not going to talk because you love him. Oh geez. Are you kidding me? Are you hypnotized or what? A man that lies to you, a man that beats you while you were cutting or while you were courtship, we scatter you when you are married. A leopard cannot change its spot. And before you say I do to anyone, please forget the money. Some person said it's because of money. Some said he does it very well. Forget the dozen. The dozen will come and he does you well.
What is that?
You have not heard stories. I've heard issues. The guy said, I can't leave him. He does it very well. I said, what does he does? He said, the lady laughed. Which one is does again? I said, you mentioned does. Now I'm trying to tell you, you said the man does it well. Does what? So is that your bone of contention? He does it well.
You see, that those are the kind of people who believe that lie. They believe that they know something is wrong, but they can't admit that something is wrong.
You did not ask me. They finally separated. The guy, there was the particular one. The guy beat eye like 2 weeks. Here, we could still see the black patches here.
Coswell,
that was in Italy.
That Be Yourself Dynasty has dropped something. Life with Susan and Kids, you're welcome. Be Yourself Dynasty said, host, I just saw a news now that Osinachi's husband has a secret wife who picture her.
You see the problem? You see why you see I told you that there are many things that we don't know. There are things that things are still coming.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised when you hear Pastor Paul Enesha's name in it. I am telling you the truth. When you hear these things, it will be he has come out to say they did not know. How can you be a pastor to a woman who is your choir mistress?
No.
Some people have even said the pastor is close to the woman more than any other person in the choir. She wasn't the first to be in the choir, but because of the grace in her life, Pastor Enesha did so many collabos with her. Go and watch her songs together. They have gone far. And you tell me now you don't notice she was being maltreated. What kind of pastor?
Something must have happened because they must have known. Because see, I understand that woman is 42, and that woman does not look 42. That woman looks older than 42. That means that
she looks 55, 58, 60 because of her. Is the maltreating. Is the
abuse.
suffering she's passing through. You know, when you look older than your age, it means either you are suffering or you are eating too much. And if you're not eating too much, you are suffering. That is the truth. If you're not eating too much, you are suffering. People like me, now people say I look older than my age. I am eating well. I am not married. You cannot tell me somebody is beating me. So I'm eating well. If, for example, I was slim, the same people will tell you that you are sick. When I saw she was 42, I said, I thought she's about 50 something. I come 42. That means she was suffering and keeping it inside, burning and dying silently. And you tell me, as a person who worships in your church and close to you, you don't know. No. It doesn't enter. It does not enter.
Something does not add up.
It does not add up now. All of us. I'm a graduate too. Professor, I leave certificate, call Europe. We know, we go school. You still go school. When somebody is lying to you, princess, you know.
Of course.
It does not add up.
Vanguard newspaper.
Can you imagine?
Vanguard newspaper said it.
Are you seeing this now?
People will start digging. People will start digging for the truth. Don't worry. Very soon you
will see digging. I am telling you that there are things that you will hear, and I'm very sure that Pastor Paul Eneche's name will come out.
Yeah.
That is my book. Frank Edward that came out to say when he noticed it, he would have done something. Why didn't you do? People will still go and look at him. In fact, a story has surfaced so far. They have even accused Pastor Frank Edward that he was, you understand, with the woman. You know, things will start coming, negative, positive. We are coming to hear things. We are coming. We are coming to hear things. But do you know why people will not hear it? Because the person that said it, most of us feel that she's, you understand, she's psycho. This, I don't know, this woman they call investigative journalist. I don't mention her name. She was the one that said it. You know, we don't, most of the things she normally says sometimes. Yes, now she was the one that said it. So you know that that was why people that is why people have not put interest in what she said, because people feel that maybe, you understand. But when somebody else say it again, you will see that matter will rise up again.
It's true.
So I mean, things are coming up. Things will come up.
Yeah.
And I am very sure that there are many people that have to say something. There are many people that will say something. Things are under the carpet that we don't even know. When we know these things, we will be shocked to the bones that people we thought were only in this issue or we are innocent in this issue, we're actually guilty as charged.
Yes.
I'm very open to tell you. Yes. She just said that the husband have secret to her. That one has small thing now. Things are still coming up. For the man to open his mouth and tell his children that beating your wife is a good thing. Many things are coming.
And even I heard the children used to beat their mom. He made
yes, mom. Yes. He would tie their hand and give them cane to flog the woman. And you are telling me, as a pastor, you did not notice any scar in her body, any pains while you were going to ministration together. Does it add up? No, let's be frank. Does it? Are you telling me as a pastor, and Pastor Paul Eneche is not just a person who is not is educated? I heard he read along the medical field. As a pastor and a medical personnel, you and your wife, you did not notice a woman was going through traumatic pains or maybe marital problems, as science inclined as you are. Does it add up? No, we will investigate. We are not ready to settle down now. Just because if I'm ready to be in Nigeria, that Abuja, I go travel. The person I would have sent to that Abuja is not in Abuja now. I would have told that to put here for me down. There are stories we have not heard. Relax.
I know.
Yes, because the death was shocking. And people who saw her age till today don't even believe she's 42.
I'm shocked. That woman, I just said it. I don't even believe that she was 42.
Have you seen the twin sisters picture?
No, I've not.
It was just a flash in the one video I saw. You will know that yes, her own was not even because she was suffering. If you see a twin sisters picture, you know that her own was suffering, not even enjoying. Why the money was there? Because one man who could not work was the manager, was in charge of everything. So they say No, make that man. If that man make people face that man, if people come out for that man will not survive it.
People will come, oh, people will come out. People are going to dig because that woman
You
was
will
not
see.
just an ordinary person. People loved her
A
ministry.
Yoruba woman said
Ah,
it today that she doesn't understand Igbo, but whenever this woman is singing, she's crying, and you just took her away off the head like that.
just like
You
that.
know what that means for a Yoruba woman to be crying for an Igbo song? Have you thought about it? If that's not taking people close to the spirit or even being in the spirit, a Yoruba woman that doesn't hear anything will be crying for a song she does not understand.
She does not understand. Yeah.
You just came from nowhere because you are the husband. Look at his head and his teeth. Because you are the husband, you just come from nowhere. And imagine.
It's annoying, oh, really. It's annoying. It's annoying. Mr. Rock, you are welcome. Thank you for coming. Frank Edwards said the woman asked him not to let other people know. So what? Wait, that is even going to take me to another topic. Let me not even raise that topic.
You
What
don't know.
nonsense? How can you do? What? Anyway, and it was not as if love was shacking her. Was it juju then doing her? Was it juju?
Princess,
Okay, people don't
Princess,
know now. Okay, we don't know now. We don't.
Princess, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised that it wasn't a clear eye. Don't be surprised. Don't be. Because we have had issues, like somebody shared our opinion today about our own elder sister. A family member opted to give her 1 million naira to leave the man that is not yet married to her, who she has a daughter for, so that she can go and start her life afresh. She told them that she loves the man like that. A man that's not working, that does nothing, that have been taking her from one hotel to another, couldn't even see money to rent a room.
Wow.
In my LS today, she was sharing the issue, the experience, and I felt bad. Even someone told us her story, and we all felt bad. I had 3 persons who shared their story today in my LS. Everywhere was silent, like the one that was even feeding the man that nearly killed her. Princess, you have to talk. I am beginning to see reasons why we have single mothers who don't care. I am beginning to see reasons because I don't know what they are passing through, what they have passed through. Although we have men who bully, we also have women who bully.
Yeah.
If anyone bullies you, a man or a woman, run away. Run. I support divorce. I am a firm believer of divorce. If you are being maltreated, go. I'm begging you. We have lost too many people in this. How do you call it? How do they call it? How do they call the violence?
Domestic violence now. Domestic violence.
We have, imagine, I cannot even remember it again because I'm very mad. We have lost many people in this domestic violence or abused, and men are not dying too much. It's the women that are dying more.
Yeah.
Why? That will tell you that the rate of the women is higher than that of the men. Although we have women who are bullied, yes, but have we heard about a man who dies through domestic violence? What we heard is men who die through small girls. That one is normal.
Yes, that one.
But we have not heard of a man who died through domestic violence. If you have heard, it's little compared to the one we hear for females.
No, so why
Yes. So why are you going to keep quiet and watch yourself being used and even died in the process because you don't want to speak out?
Please, you're welcome.
Please, sisters. Please, brothers, speak out.
Hey.
Speak out. Marriage is beautiful, very sweet thing. But when the sweet becomes sour, please run away. Run away.
Speak. You must talk.
Speak out. If she has spoken out, I am very sure there are people that can take care of her, rent a house for her, make her comfortable, even without her spending that 1 naira.
Oh yes. There is someone that let me tell them. Before I came to YouTube, before I started my channel, then like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I didn't know anything about this thing that we're doing now. But I used to follow somebody because I liked what she was doing. This woman, one day she came to the place to scream that her husband has deleted all her videos. This person I'm talking
Yes,
about.
they shared the story with in
Aha.
my LS today. Yes.
Okay.
The husband that was in charge of her account, who connected the accent to his own personal account, didn't she felt that there was no money entering now, so she left it
Yes.
in husband's care. The very period she wanted to, after the advisor, she saw how much she received and she wanted to change everything. The husband deleted all the yes, she shared it in my LS.
Yes. I saw that. I used to follow that woman. Do you know that people came out for her? People came out for her now. People came out for her. People rescued her. People that had her videos now started sending videos and all that stuff. And she bounced back. People came out. So the essence is talk. Talk. All this one that we're saying that.
Please talk, oh. Please talk. Please talk. Please talk. Talk. Don't say
woman. Yeah.
yes, don't say people will complain. Let them complain.
Let people
Talk.
talk. Oh. Let people complain. Let them
Your life
complain.
your life is important. If you die today now, they will live their life. The man in question would have gone to marry on that woman. Like we are hearing now. We are hearing now that this one even have.
He already has one already safe.
This one that Vanguard is the one that is saying it. So we should
On
talk.
Friday here, I was sharing how someone's wife died. Before you know it, he was already married. Somebody said 1 year is too much. I have seen the one that got married again 6 months, and they purportedly claimed to love each other before the woman died. Young couple of 30-something years old. She died within 6 months. The husband had gone to marry. Bros, how far now? He said because of the kids. They will always give you excuse. So if you don't talk, look, the very next day, I said it here on Friday. If you don't talk, if it's a man or if it's a woman, it can go any way. Men abuse, women abuse, yes, but men abuse more because that's what we hear all the time. The ratio is,
It's very high.
Yes, the ratio is very high. Talk, speak out. Then this one that has to do with pastors. You say, my pastor said, my pastor told me, my pastor said, my pastor told
Let
me.
us hear from daddy. Daddy have not spoken. Oh, jeez, I'm sorry for you. I'm
Pastor
sorry.
is not God. One of the problems is my people perish for lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge. They don't read the Bible. You say you are a Christian. How many Christians carry their Bible to read for themselves? After pastor has talked in church, you go back and you read it. And let me even see this thing. Is it true? What does the word say? A pastor will teach you. See, many pastors are preaching doctrines now. We have to understand that. So I think I've made a video about something like that. I don't know if I have posted it or not. Well, I have a lot of videos in my the studio that I have not posted. Many pastors are preaching doctrines now. You hardly see pastors that are preaching the pure word of God just the way it is. If you see them preaching that, some of them are not buoyant because they are not garnishing the word, putting pepper and tomatoes and onions so that money will come. But doctrine is a lot there now. So if you're going to church, mind the kind of church you go. When you go to church, open your ears. Me, if I go anywhere and I hear one pastor is saying one thing, tomorrow I will not go back to that church again. No, they're not tying your legs to that church. They didn't chain you there. Get out of that place. You don't know what they even put under their altar, all these people. Let me not start talking. There are some things I don't want to say, but I have to just say it. Some of them are put some things under there. You don't know. You don't know. Some of them are not telling you the truth. They just pick one portion of the Bible, they read to you. They don't balance scripture with scripture. You have to balance the scriptures with scriptures. If you go to a church and you're hearing, you're not hearing something that you know that your spirit is not agreeing to. Stop going there. Don't tell me your pastor said. Your pastor said. I'm even talking to some people and they'll tell you my pastor said. Ngwano, stay there. Your pastor said.
Today call it pastor. It's daddy now. Don't, why are you kidding me? Call daddy. Daddy has not spoken.
Daddy.
That it's not pastor. This is daddy. It's daddy. They call it. It's not pastor.
Now,
guys. Yes, I really want to. Please let me say this before I go off, because I just finished LS. I've not even rested or even eating. I said, let me show face because I've missed your LS for some time. So when I saw the topic again, I said it's the same thing that is still going on. I just finished my own now. I said, yes, this is what we are supposed to be telling people. Even Pat was even advising me that we should not stop talking. We should always talk. We that are prone. We that are God has given the YouTube as a whole to show our heart, how we feel. We should please keep on talking.
Yeah.
Our sisters, our brothers should be, not only for sisters, our brothers should come out from that impression that God hates divorce. Before you get to that verse, and after the verse, read it, you will see that God knows what he was saying there.
Yeah, you have to read that verse.
Yes, if you want to get the full knowledge, don't just pick God hates divorce. You are not God to judge that matter. But also pick the verse above and the verse before and tell me what you read there.
Yeah.
Please, let's not be confused and carried away because of what people will say and will feel like we can cope. No, you can't cope. If a man does something that is wrong, say it out. Because if you don't say it out, he might feel it is right to do it, and he keeps on doing it, and you are going close to your grave. If, for example, we had helped this our sister, I believe she will not be dead today. She will be alive. But like somebody also said, they really don't want people to say a minister who sings in church, she's a divorcee. My dear, let them talk.
Hey, they are not human beings.
They are not the one that is living with you and suffering together with you in the house. They are not the one that the husband will tie and ask the children to beat. They are not the one that the husband will. I heard things today. The man will drive and tell her to go down. She should trek home. Things I heard today.
Wow.
Things I heard today. You know, in every nonsense you hear, there's another no sense.
Yeah.
At a point, he brought her down from a car at the middle of the night. They robbed her. That one we just edit today. Yes, today. Many things are still coming up. Don't know who felt she told us not to talk. Now they are not talking. What is the need? What is the essence? Why keep quiet till this time? And you, as a pastor, as a guardian, as somebody who God has given some persons to coach, how far have you coached people?
Exactly.
How far have you addressed? I'm not a pastor, but I know I would have been a reverend father. But I told myself, no, I will not go again. I personally withdrew myself. By now, I should have been at least 5 years as a priest if I had gone. So when you see, because I stopped being a priest, I will not leave what I have learned, what I was doing. They are human beings like you. Nobody among them is perfect. We are all human beings.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you not to believe them, but please, why you are believing them? They are theologians. They call them theologians because they did theology and philosophy. You did nothing. So their area of understanding might be that of the theologians. You don't know anything about theology. What are you seeing? What you are seeing is what you believe.
Yeah.
They say sin is believing. Nobody is perfect, we know. But a person should not kill you before you now have the sense to talk. Please, let's be wise. Let's speak out. There are people that God has destined to help us. But when we keep short and we don't talk, these people will not know who to help and when to help. Please, I beg us, let's keep talking. Princess Beyond Passion, thank you for having me here. And it's a pleasure being here with us. I don't know if there's a question in the background for me or what I have said, so that I can know. If it's not, let me sign out because I have to go and rest and also eat. That's just it. So Princess, ask if there's a question for me. If not, let me dapper.
Let me see. Let me check through the last comment. Let me see. Mr. Rock, thank you for coming. The Slides of Sam, thank you so much for coming. Okay. It's basically just comments.
Okay. Okay.
Um, some men don't come out to say it because of shame, that people will say they are weak. A man once called the radio to say his wife always slaps him, and from slapping, she started beating him. What did he do before the wife started slapping him? Stay there. Let your pastor keep saying, if I have the opportunity to sentence that man, I could have given the order to roast him alive and give the roasted meat to God. Oh my goodness. He said he has called the woman's mother and she keeps apologizing to him in front of their child. She used she used cover shoe turning Tongari to beat him. Oh, he doesn't want to speak up because of what? Okay. Training gist with Octavia Kora, you're welcome. Thank you. Health-wise, Sheila, you're welcome. Thank you so much for coming, all of you. If I have missed anybody, please pardon me. Thank you all. It's very difficult for most people to divorce because the way some of them take love is extraordinary. Hey, Mr. Rock, it's not love, oh. It's not
That
love.
one,
It's not
that
that
can't
one
be
is
love.
not love, oh.
That one is not love, bro. It's not love. It
It's
can't
not
be
love,
love.
I beg.
Love is companionship. Love is togetherness. Love is joy, is happiness. It's not beating, molesting,
No.
abusing, flogging. I'm not married, but at least I've come to seminars of married couples. I went there as a bachelor. Like my money, I paid for it and I went there. People will be saying, "Cause you notice about marriage, you're not married." Yes, I'm not, but I've been to seminars on relationship on marriage. That can't be love. It can't be. If that is love, then what about the one that pampers the wife? What will you call that one? Love
I
times two.
wonder. I wonder. The one that
Please
pampers the
let's
wife,
not try to bring in sentiment into this. Not love.
you
It can't
see
be love.
that thing. You see that thing. That is what some people will make the abused people to believe. I've also heard that beating your wife is part of love. You are showing
No,
love
they
after
said some. No, they said
that.
some ladies, some women prefer their husband beating them. That's why they put it. It's not that it's
Yeah,
like, yes, sign of
that's
love for them.
okay. That's
All those girls, they are delusional.
they are they are they are mentally
Mentally deranged. Mentally deranged.
they are suffering from mental disability. There is something wrong. Is a mental disorder. Yeah, mental disorder. They
It's
have been
well.
meant they have been so abused and broken to the extent that they believe that there is nothing wrong with being abused.
Yes.
It's a mental
It
disorder.
is now a norm with them. That is just
Yes,
it.
that's
So,
that.
Princess, I have to go.
Okay, thank you so much, Cosrep. You have
You're
done very
welcome.
well. Thank you
Thank you.
so very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So thank you so much for the rest of the people that are still in the chat. We have all heard, like I said on Friday, please let us continue to talk. If you are a live streamer, please keep talking about it. I said it here on Friday. I didn't know that this thing was going to happen. I did not know that this woman was going through stuff and that something was going to happen or that somebody was going to die. I did not know. I was just here, we were just here discussing our own, and I was saying it, not knowing that it's already happening. If something was going to happen the next day or 2 days after. So please, let's keep talking about this thing. Let's keep talking. The one that burnt his wife and his in-law, that one is still there. We're still mourning about that woman. Then this one has happened again. So please, people, how is beating love? They are mentally unstable. Of course, they are mentally unstable. Is a mental illness. They are sick. They are sick. Beating is not love. I have heard something like that before. That, like I was saying earlier on, um, that when they beat, that after beating, that the love becomes hotter. That when they come back, that the love They renew their love. So it's after beating now, they will renew their love. That is psychopathic. I can't even bear to think that some people still believe that thing, that when a man beats a woman, that is a sign of love, or that when a man beats a woman, after that the love will be renewed, and then the love will become better or sweeter. Is are you Do you have a sound mind? If you are thinking like that, you better renew your mind. Renew your mind, please. Whoever is to anybody here that is under the sound of my voice and listening to me, if you have that kind of mentality, please renew your mind. It is not love in any way. It is not love in any way. Are you a baby that we say, okay, African parents that used to beat their children, we beat our children and all that stuff so that you can straighten them up. And then you're married, your partner is beating you. What kind of love is that? Please tell me. What kind of love is that? Then this pastor thing, pastors that you will carry matter to, and the pastor will tell you, maybe you go to a pastor and you say you are going through domestic abuse at home, and the pastor will send you back and tell you to go and apologize to your husband. Go and apologize to your husband and go back to him. Please, guys, pastor is not God. Even God, you talk to God anyhow. You even respect pastors more than you respect God. Because when I see some people praying, when you are praying here, the way you talk to God, you just talk to God. Some people even ask God, but why? Why must this happen to me? Why must that happen to me? Have you ever called your pastor to ask your pastor, but why is this happening to me? Why is it the way you are talking to God? Can you talk to your pastor like that? Look, this thing is upsetting me. It's sickening. It's sickening. Can you talk to your pastor like that? Why don't you ask your pastor questions? Why not? If your pastor tells you, go back to your husband because he's trying to make peace and trying to mediate, but this man is beating you up, ask that pastor, if I was your daughter and I come to tell you that my husband is beating me up, will you be telling me, your daughter, to go back to that man? Is that what you're going to say? Is that correct? How can a pastor tell you to go back to your husband? I have that case. That is why I'm talking about it. I talked about it. I've talked about it here before. A case of where husband and wife, now their relationship deteriorated to the extent that the man will beat her outside. The man will beat her outside, tear her clothes, strip her naked in front of her driver outside. That she's getting ready, that she's ready to go to work. A woman who has a driver who picks her to work, drives her car to work. The husband will beat her, nonsense, black and blue, and strip her naked outside in the presence of her driver that is taking her to work. And then this woman goes and tells the pastor, look, what is going on. And pastor says, go back to your husband and apologize to that husband. She went back. Then it happened again. Things started happening to the extent that somebody started sleeping with knife. Under the pillow, they will go to bed. Under the pillow, there will be a knife under the pillow that somebody was sleeping on. It got to that extent. The woman said, oh, this one, if she does not run, this one, she is dead meat. She is dead and gone. She left. She left with her 3 children. Today, that woman is happy for it. You want to tell me this pastor, you say go back to the man that is beating that woman. If that woman was your daughter, will you still give her that same counsel that you say you are giving to? I have a problem with that. I have a serious issue with that. I don't care. Yes, I know you are a pastor, and if you are a pastor here, please hear me and hear me well. This is my office, and I am in the office of also talking to you. If you are a pastor and you are a marriage counselor, I am telling you, those rules, I don't know who made those rules. Don't tell us God hates divorce and leave the other. Look at the perspective of that story in the Bible, why that story came out. Men have been maltreating their wives in the Bible. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 24 and read what happened there, what took place there. It is the same God who told men in that place, if you are sending your woman away, give her a bill of divorcement. Deuteronomy chapter 24. Read Deuteronomy chapter 23 and 24. Deuteronomy chapter 24. The men, because of all the things they were doing to their women, God told them, if you are going to divorce your wife or send your wife away, write her a bill of divorcement, divorce paper. If God so hates divorce, God hates divorce, but God is not saying that you should die inside a marriage that is threatening to take off your head. Let that man write you a bill of divorce. Go with your life. It is the same God that said that in that Bible. Please, people, if you're a pastor and you're a counselor under the sound of my voice, please administer with wisdom. With wisdom. Go, if you know a pastor who has the habit of telling women, go back to your husband, a husband that is maltreating, or a husband that is abusing the wife or something, tell that pastor, Princess said, stop it. Stop it. You are not doing the right thing. You are not doing the right thing. And if you know anybody who is going through domestic violence, I have talked about domestic violence in my channel before. I started talking about it since before I even got 30 subscribers. Before I even got up to 100 subscribers, I have been talking about domestic violence. I have series. I only stopped it then, and I said I'm going to come back to it and I'm going to continue discussing it. Domestic violence is not a good thing, people. You can never get used to pain. You can never get used to being beaten. You can never get used to a man slapping you or a woman beating you in a partnership, in a conjugal relationship that is supposed to be love. Love is not violence. Please, people, let's mind what we listen to, who we listen to. Be careful who you listen to, please. Be careful who you listen to. Be careful what you listen to. Be careful the doctrines that you follow. Be careful, because there are so many doctrines there. So many doctrines out there now that you have to listen to the Spirit of God to know which one is the truth. It's not everything. Any pastor comes and tells you anything, you say, oh, because it's a pastor saying it. For your information, it's not everybody that calls God, God, or Lord, Lord, that knows God. And on the last day, Jesus will ask you, I know you not. Get out of my gate. It's not everybody that says they are pastor that is a true pastor called to the office, to a pastoral office, or to the office of a priest. So please be careful. We have to keep on talking about this thing. Is a no. Is a no. We have to keep on talking about it. We that are still alive, we are the ones that can talk about it. We that have survived it, we are the ones that will talk about it. If you have not gone through domestic violence before, then you are lucky. Please don't get into it. If you see flags, red flags, japa, don't let anybody come and advise you otherwise and say, oh, don't worry, he will change or she will change. That person, that thing is going to get worse times 1,000 times. Any red flag you see before marriage is going to get 1,000 times worse. 1,000 times worse. So don't wait. Don't wait and say, oh, he will change for good. You are not going to change anybody. You can't change anybody. For your information, you can't change anybody. You can't. You can't change nobody. So please, people, I'm going to end the LS now. If you have any questions, ask me. In fact, I am really upset. Really upset. Those of you who know me will know that I am very upset right now. I can't just continue this LS. Please, guys, let's keep talking about it. You can't change anyone. You have to keep on talking about it. And don't keep quiet. Talk about it. Now is not the time to keep quiet because we have all seen that people are dying. People are kicking the buckets because of this thing. It has become a monster. It's spreading all over the place. We talked about one 2 weeks ago. We talked about one last week. As I was talking about one last week, I was talking about it on Friday. I didn't know that another one was already happening. And only God knows what we're going to see again next week. This thing is all over the place, people. Osinachi Zone came up. She's a superstar. What about those people who don't have a voice? That are those people that are being terminated, those people that are being deleted in the middle of the night, and in the morning they come out to tell us, so this person has kicked the bucket. We don't know what killed the person. We don't know. What about those poor women who can, fight for themselves? Who have been enduring and be saying, because of my children, who can't even hear their voice, who have no voice to represent them, who have nobody to talk about it for them, but they are just there. They have been coward, they have been lied to, they have been so abused, they have been broken, they have been made to believe that they don't have anywhere else to go in life, and they are still there. What about them? I know a case of one that used his hand to terminate the wife in the middle of the night. He eventually ran mad. These things come to us. So we have to keep on talking, please. Belle V Creations, you are welcome. Thank you for coming. Please, people, keep on talking about it. If you're a live streamer, keep on advocating, keep on talking about it. Anyone here going through it, speak out. Talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. Because if you're saying, let me hide it, oh, I don't want to tell, like that person was saying last week. Somebody was saying in her channel, hide it. If you're going through stuff, keep it. Don't say anything. Don't say anything so that people will not help you to spoil your marriage some more. Oh, hide it. Don't say any. I say hide what? How can you hide this kind of thing? Please don't hide it. You must have at least one person to talk about the things that you're going on, that you're experiencing. You must have somebody to talk about it to. You must have someone to talk about it to. May God help women from evil men. Scream out. Like and share done. Thank you so much, Belgic Creations. Please, let's keep talking. Osinachi is gone. That angelic voice that we used to listen to, she's gone and gone forever. She's not going to go for 100 years and come back. She's not going to go for 1 year, or maybe 1 year break or 10 years break, and then she will come back again. Will come and start here. We can't. It's gone. She's gone forever. She is gone. The one that came from Scotland to travel back home, that the husband burnt her with her younger brother. That one is gone. He's gone. He's gone. She's gone. They are all gone. The one that say he's a pastor that shot his wife, that one is gone. That was last year, 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. That is gone. So many people have turned their pastor to God. Exactly. Exactly. The pastor is a human being. He's not a god. He's not a god. Please, people, let's not let's not let's not be disillusioned. Let's not put ourselves under the illusion that pastor is all and all. Pastor is not all and all. Please, let's change this mentality. Yes, we are all God worshippers, but you worship God with wisdom. Wisdom is profitable to direct a man in life. Huh? Wisdom is profitable to direct a man. Wisdom is profitable to direct us. If you go to church and you're not hearing some things that are not right, you get out of that place. Marriage is not do or die. Exactly. If you think that the marriage is going to swallow you and is like ocean that is you can't take it anymore, run with your sane mind. Some people have run mad because of marriage. People are dying because of marriage. It's not by force. If you go and try, marriage is honorable, yes. Marriage is sweet, yes, if you get the right person. But if you try and try and try and you see that your head is not that things are happening, things are happening. Oh boy, Itolodo, Japa, oh, I beg you, Japa, and so that tomorrow you can come out and tell the story. You guys were here. You had Discovery with Naomi. You had Wisteria Energy Twister. You had. They were here. Okay. All right, guys. This is Easter week, right? I wish everybody happy Easter in advance. Friday is Good Friday. Thursday is Holy Thursday, right? Sunday is Easter Sunday, and next Monday is Easter Monday. Yes, please find time to enjoy yourself. Please, it can't always be bad, talk, and all that stuff. Find time to enjoy yourself. Take marriage is Enjoy, not endure. Exactly. It's meant to be enjoyed. Marriage is a gift that God gave to human beings, and your partner is a gift. If we see each other as gifts to each other, then it's a sweet thing. Marriage is not a, yes, it's not a bed of roses. It's we human beings that created that adage. That marriage is not a bed of roses because relationship is work. You have to work on your relationship because these are two people from different backgrounds coming together to live in one house. See, even siblings fight. How much more? Two people from different backgrounds, different training, different everything, different family, different tribes, different parents, different upbringing, different educational background, all that, psychology, different personalities coming to live together to become one flesh. Yes, is work. You have to work on it. It takes a lot of work, a lot of patience, a lot of work, a lot of. But when one person begins to raise hand to beat the other inside that love relationship, Tolodo, Japa for dear life. Okay, people. So I'm going to end the LS now. I have a premiere on Thursday. Yeah, I have a premiere on Thursday. The premiere that I have on Thursday, I already recorded it before these things happened. So I just decided, okay, fine, let me just premiere this thing, you know. So that's it. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nasim, thank you. God bless all of you. God bless your channels, bless your homes. May God grant us wisdom, more wisdom to live our lives the right way. May God grant us wisdom. It's not only partners that abuse, friends that abuse, parents abuse, siblings abuse each other, even children abuse their parents, people abuse other people, bosses abuse their colleagues abuse. It's just for you to recognize what is going on and japa. If you have to, you don't have to stay in that relationship. You don't have to remain. Yeah, if it is the blood relationship like parents, children, and siblings and all that, you don't have to remain in the same house. Bigonu, make we talk one. Okay, guys. Thank you all so much. Love you all. Thank you for coming out. Blessings to everyone. Okay. Be good. Be safe. Be safe. I want to see you guys again this week. Friday I should come live. Maybe I'll come out early on Friday because Friday is Good Friday and I might have one or two things to do in the evening. Okay, so I might come out maybe 12 noon or 11 a.m. I don't know, or something like that. I don't know. Or Thursday. No, Thursday I'm premiering on Thursday. I really don't know, but that's it. Take good care of yourselves, people, and be good and be safe. See you soon. Bye, everyone. Thank you all so much for the time that you have spent here. Thank you for your contributions in the chat. My channel members, thank you all so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you spending your resources, supporting my channel. Thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you all. Thank you all. Bye.